Yo, hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to FSP episode number 61. My name is Mav, and I'm joined by an amazing panel. We'll actually have more on the way as well, I believe. So thank you all for being here for this show. We got a lot to talk about today because showcase season is on the horizon. It's right around the corner. About a month away, or even less than a month away, it's really going to get started, and it's not going to really stop for a few weeks once it gets started. So the excitement's starting to generate on Twitter. I see people talking about different showcases, what to expect, what people are looking forward to, and all that kind of stuff. So on this show, what I want to kind of do is go through each of these showcases we know about, the bigger ones, and kind of go through like what are we looking forward to, what do we hope to achieve from these different companies, and I'm looking forward to it. I think we can all put this last horrible week for Xbox behind us, right? Where it's the doom and gloom was like way overkill for me. I had a stream last night where I tried to shut those narratives down as much as I could, because there's some ridiculous articles and stuff out there that just completely ignore everything going on in the reality of the world. Almost, it's like some kind of delusional state of mind that has permeated, there's that word again, through the games media and spread out into social media and Twitter. So But if you want to go check out that stream last night, it was a fun stream. But I am joined by 3 people here. 3-Bit said he's on the way, so we should have another one joining us. But shout out to Fuzzy Belvedere. What's up, Fuzzy? How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Glad to be here with you guys. Man, all this talk of showcases right now, we definitely have one scheduled for June 11th. I'm not holding my breath on the other one since they haven't had one in 2 years. And I don't even know if Nintendo really mentioned anything or if there's anything in the works just yet. But they got a game coming out this week, so that kind of, I guess, covers their fan base. But man, a lot to talk about. Let's get into it.
Right on, man. And thanks for being here, Fuzz, as always, dude. Psycho, how are you doing?
Yo, I am doing fantastic. Just been hanging in there this week and enjoying the weekend. Was playing a bunch of stuff. Actually started playing Ravenlock a little bit last night and today. It's not too bad. It's an interesting game. It's one of those games you can't like put it down for a while and then come back to it because it doesn't really tell you where to go next, and and there's no map, so you can't see where. It's one of those you got to pay attention and kind of go through it all in one shot. So if you try it out, make sure you have some time on your hand so you can knock it out. It's not very long, but still, it's one of those games you can't.
So you're saying you have to do it in one playthrough?
Yeah, I mean, it's Psycho, like, you know how he is.
yeah, I'm just kidding.
Not one playthrough, but you can't, you can't play it and then come back to it in a month because I can't remember that fucking far back,
That's a problem for me, but that's a problem. That's a problem in most games, I think. I go away for like a 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Where am I? What am I doing? How do all the systems work? I forget what's A button do. I don't remember anything. So it's probably gonna be a problem.
At least you have a map, and the quest kind of lets you know in the vicinity or where you have to do. This does not. So it's one of those, like, it just says go get the buffalo horn. It's like, where the fuck is the buffalo? So you're just fucking walking around. It's just one of those things. It's like, what the fuck?
That's cool. I have seen that some people are really liking the game.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
it's a mixture of like block pixelated graphics with smooth, like your Ravenlock, she's like the modern new age graphically, and then like everything else is like blocky pixelated like style, but all 3D. So it's
voxels,
if that's what you want to call it. Yeah,
I think that's what it's called.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Apparently. So yeah, it's neat. I like the blend of the two. It's kind of fresh in that aspect. It's kind of like I guess what do you call it? Fucking game that skipped out on Xbox, but it was on Game Pass not that long ago. Octopath Traveler. Kind of how like that modern blocky pixelated, but not 3D.
I
get what you're saying. Jasper, how are you?
Yo, doing pretty good. 100% of Redfall last night. Yeah, it was last night, I think, or the day before. Either one. And now I've just been kind of grinding out the Division, trying to get my playing cards because there's an achievement for getting a full set of playing cards. So been trying to do that.
Right on. So after you, I think you're the only one of us that's beat Redfall. After you've done your whole playthrough, now I gotta preface this by saying you actually liked Forspoken quite a bit, right?
Yeah.
So
Forspoken's better than Redfall.
If any fanboys or whatever end up watching this later, this is Jasper's take, right? What overall Redfall? You say you liked Forspoken better, but like, what is like your consensus? Is this as bad as everybody's making it out to be, or where does it sit for you?
It's score wise, like maybe like a 6.5. But again, that's my scale, so that's like okay for a lot of people. That's like the worst thing ever. But yeah, it's not too bad. I think a lot of people, they just like they got like that. They just got into the game and they didn't give it a chance. Like you have to get Redfall is like the first hour is so like bad. Like once you get into it, it gets a lot better. So I don't know. It's like a weird thing. The beginning of the game is really like annoying. So once you give it a chance and get the new bosses and new vampires unlocked, the enemy really start to pick up, so it doesn't feel as broken.
So you were playing on PC though, right? So you weren't having to play at 30 frames also, which might also affect a lot of people's thing with the game. So, but like, did you find a lot of problems in the PC version? Were you crashing a lot or stutters?
I probably had like 30 crashes.
Oh my God. Like 1 per hour, pretty much?
Yeah, pretty much. There was one zone where it like crashed like 6 times within like 30 minutes.
That's not good. That's not good, man. But frame rate, what you're getting around, I think you said like 90 frames.
80, 90, yeah. Somewhere around there.
Right on. And you're playing at 1440p medium settings or
epic
settings. Ooh, so you had like a premium experience there. Crashes and all.
Yeah.
Crashes and all, man. What about the gunplay?
I hated the shotgun. I know a lot of people like the shotgun and the sniper. Like I wasn't feeling those, so I mostly just used the single shot assault rifle, which is like an M14 carbine. That's kind of what I stuck with. I felt like that was the best gun in the game.
Yeah,
it honestly felt like quite good with that gun. Redfall's aiming's a little weird because it has aim assist on like really strong aim assist towards the head of like everything. So like the second you zoom in, it like locks their head. So
were
the aiming in Redfall,
mouse and keyboard or controller?
I was using controller.
Okay. People are saying like if you mess with some settings with that or whatever, you get like a better control of it or something like that.
Yeah, I just adapt to games. I don't really change the settings when I just whatever. I'll figure it out.
The shotgun, it was almost not effective if it was not point blank. It was kind of weird. Like
that's like a Halo shotgun, you know.
The new Halo shotgun.
You got to be like point blank to do like massive damage to them. But the semi-automatic rifle that Jasper was talking about, I found was also really, really done well because it has a nice scope. I don't know if yours had a nice scope on it.
Yeah, it had like a red dot on mine.
Yeah, and that felt to me like I was getting headshots with
I pretty much used the same 3 guns. I used the UV beam just to freeze zombie or vampires and the mist creatures, like if they were in the way. And then I used the stake launcher, which is like one shots all vampires. And then the M14 is for humans.
Yeah, I use that, and I pretty much use the same thing: stake, UV, and the M14, whatever the M4.
Yeah.
I'll play it once we get the Xbox patch. I heard there was some kind of update today.
Yeah, it was a hot fix. It didn't do anything really.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just like back end stuff. I found it and
maybe more to prevent some crashes or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it pretty much was.
Yeah, and then they communicate while the game is live, I guess, on their
it was some server stuff.
Yeah, so it's nothing for too much for us, maybe a smidge, but I don't know. It was kind of weird. Like Pong said, it was like kind of weird how they, put this announcement out, but it was like, they kind of, I guess, for transparency.
It did fix one of the major issues that I had, though, or is supposed to. I don't know if it did. I stopped playing the game now because I already beat it. But the issue it fixed for me was sometimes when I would fast travel, it would just like stick at a black screen and I'd have to restart the game. So it's supposedly fixed that issue.
Yeah, they were saying that was because of the quick resume, that if you
but I'm on PC, so I didn't have quick resume. It was just
that's where it's either from a state of idle or quick resume. If you go to fast travel, you had this like it just was just lagging and just held up a little bit, and then so that was like the one fix that they did. So
Interesting.
They're doing something in the back. So I mean, it's not like they're
Yeah.
Xbox is saying, nope, that's it. You put it out. Fucking work on the next thing. So
Yeah.
at
No,
least that's promising in that aspect.
I do want to play it, but I'm still gonna wait until the 60 frames update.
I mean, I'm kind of comparing this game more now. Like, honestly, I think Fallout 76 would be a better comparison, and Fallout 76 was way more broken than Redfall is at launch.
Yeah.
And Fallout 76 turned around pretty quickly, and it has a large audience now. So, like, you never know.
Yeah.
It's Bethesda.
And Fallout 76 is pretty damn good now.
Yeah.
But it the weird thing is, it felt so empty and like dead, you know, at launch. I was excited for Fallout 76, but I played it for like a few hours, like, what the hell? You know, I just
Yeah.
stopped. Then I went back to see what state it was in, like way later, you know. But that's kind of the problem. Sometimes when you like fix games
especially with
later, you
Fallout.
miss out on the excitement. There's other things you just get to play in and stuff. And it's like, okay, I'll dive back in, but like it's got to be really good to get your hooks in you later, you know.
With Fallout, like, if you go back to it after you've already made a character and left the vault and done some stuff, you're like, I don't even know where the fuck to go.
Yeah, you got to start over.
Yeah.
But that's the truth for all those games. You know how many times I've made like Fallout 4 characters and Skyrim characters and all this, like every time I play, I pretty much start over because I go back to it after months. You know what I mean? And I don't remember where I was. I don't remember what my character was like. I don't remember what I was doing, nothing. And I want that whole fresh play. And once you play those games like enough, you can get to the open world pretty damn quickly, you know? And like, I feel like Redfall is going to be an interesting situation because like, will the co-op community will there still be people to play with like 6 months down the line or 3 months down the line?
It won't, because I don't think so, because there's no matchmaking right now. The only way you can play with people is know someone.
I have to like bribe you guys to play with me. I think in the chat. Does it have? It has crossplay though, right? So like
PC it has
and
crossplay.
Play together. Okay,
but I don't think the community is going to be there because you can't have a community when no one can find each other.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Fair enough. Well, yeah, let's get into some discussions on some of these showcases like we're talking about. But before we do that, I want to say hello to the entire chat. You guys all rock. Thank you for being here. We got 75 awesome faces here hanging out. If you do like the content on the channel, hit the like button, share this out, sub to the channel, hit the notification bell, all that cool stuff. It greatly helps everybody find us and helps our channel grow. So I appreciate that. And let's get into some discussions about showcases. First on the docket, if you go by Jeff Grubb's list, which he puts out every year, is PlayStation Showcase. Supposedly, there is going to be a PlayStation Showcase.
3-bit once in.
Oh, okay. I guess. All right, I knew he was coming.
We were just starting, damn it, 3-bit.
Yeah, I know. Okay, we gotta hold up the whole show for 3-bit's intro, guys. Hold on. Hi 3-bit. Thanks for interrupting the progress of the show. Welcome.
What I miss?
No, we just finished with the outros. We had a little bit of a Redfall
The
discussion.
outros. Yep, show's over.
We were just getting into the first topic, and then you come in and interrupt the complete flow of everything that was happening. It's okay though.
Hey,
We'll make it an exception for you. That's for sure. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, just living life. Living life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
LIVIN.
Yeah. I played a little bit of Jedi Survivor. I know we're redoing intro. Sorry, guys. I played Jedi. I'll do a quick one. Played Jedi. I've been playing Redfall a little bit more. And that's it. I think we can jump to
what have you been playing, PC or Xbox?
PC. I'm not gonna play 30. I can't do it anymore.
What about Jedi Survivor?
No more 30. Jedi Survivor. I'm getting pretty far. I'm like,
well, you playing that on Xbox or PC?
Story. That's on Xbox.
Okay, so are you playing in quality mode or are you playing in performance mode?
Performance. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
waiting
goes
for
to
another
like
patch
50,
still.
53. Certain areas are 60. Like
the frame rate's not what's bothering me in
weird.
that. It's just Cal is so broken and distracting for me. The game just like I can't focus because Cal is so fucking broken.
How's Cal broken?
He
What do you
turns
mean?
Every time
to
you
this
move, he's just
pixelated
like he
dysmorphic
looks like he's in the
disappears.
middle of a Thanos snap.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. He has that shimmer. Is
Yeah.
that what you're talking about? The
Yeah.
yeah, he does have that.
Just-
Apparently that's 'cause,
stay
like
still.
FSR is broken or something.
Just stay still and
He
do a somersault. Just hit the A button and flip, and look at Cal. Look at him. He
Yeah.
like depixelates and like rematerializes as he hits the ground. The animation looks like it's running at like 5 frames
9
per
out of
second.
10.
Yeah, I mean,
it is a great game, but like the performance mode kind of sucks ass. I'm just saying, right? Like,
I had
yeah,
to
I mean it
finish in
does. It
quality.
does. Especially when there's like multiple troopers around, it drops. You can clearly see it's dropping frames.
Yeah.
But at least sometimes it hits 60.
yeah,
Sometimes.
I think they fixed some of the resolution issues in the performance mode with the update.
There apparently I saw where there were some devs and some forums said there was supposed to be a patch early this week, but
Mhm.
I haven't seen anything official yet.
My game has definitely crashed several times, more than Redfall. That's interesting.
Yeah, the only patch I saw was on the 2nd, other than the day
This-
one
yeah.
patch for Survivor.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
still
sorry,
waiting on
yeah, yeah.
more. But
Yeah.
good game held back by some dodgy technical issues right now. On all platforms, really.
Yeah, I'm
but
just
they'll
exploring
get
the
better.
world. I'm not really doing the story. It's fun.
Cool.
I dig it.
Right on, man. All right, so now that we're done with 3-Bit's intro, a 3-Bit on this show, what we're doing, as I was telling these guys, we're kind of looking ahead at the showcase season that's ahead of us, right? So
Yeah.
we have Jeff Grubb. He's with GameSpot now, right? Or Giant Bomb.
Giant bomb.
Giant
yeah.
Bomb, that's right. Yeah. He does his like Games Mess thing, summer Games Mess thing every year, where he puts out like the schedule for all this stuff happening. And he did kind of put down again that to start it all off this year, he's expecting the Sony showcase in a week of May 25th, he says. So just going into Grubb's words, he says, Jeff Grubb's Summer's Game Mess has an update that timing on PlayStation Showcase is right as of now, which he says week of May 25th is the PlayStation Showcase. Then he goes on to say, he said week of May 25th because that's probably the latest that week it could happen, but it could happen earlier. He just doesn't want to say week of May 21st and then people get mad when it doesn't happen on a Sunday. So sometime between maybe the 21st and 25th, we're looking at potentially a PlayStation Showcase. And there's also more rumors that have swirled about who started this one. Was a Special Nick, I think, with PlayStation getting exclusivity rights on 3 Konami properties. Konami, sorry, my Texans flipped out a little bit. 3 Konami properties. Obviously we know Silent Hill 2.
Jez.
Jez, I think
Was it
Jez.
Jez? Okay, I didn't remember. No, I think Jez reported on it also, but I think Special Nick may have to. I don't know. One
I
or the
think
other.
Jez replied to it. He was saying like, I also heard this, or I think he said something like that.
I don't remember who started it, but
Okay,
anyways.
yeah. Special Nick said it, and then Jess came out and said that he heard similar things.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So the rumor is that 3 Konami properties, Silent Hill we know about. The Metal Gear rumors actually started, was it last year or the year, or even maybe a year and a half ago?
Like years.
I think
feel
it
like
was
years
after they
ago.
acquired Blue Point, because Blue Point is the suspected, studio working on it. I think.
So yeah, I remember an article. I think it was maybe it was Tom Henderson. It was or something. This was a while back. This was like I think it was like a VG, one of those websites. Anyway, I can't remember. We talked about it a long time ago. But that's kind of recycling about Metal Gear, right? But they said specifically, I think Snake Eater 3.
Metal Gear Solid
Ooh.
3 remake, yeah.
Yeah. So
It's a good one.
that would be a cool one to remake, because that is one that I originally didn't play through when it came out.
That's a prequel too.
Yeah.
That was when they start like doing cool things with like the camouflaging too.
Yeah.
Like whatever you wear can do some cool stuff in the jungle.
So that could be one that's an exclusive PlayStation game. And then also the other mention, I believe, was Castlevania.
Yeah, that's the one Jez said he heard about. That wasn't from Special Nick. That's the one
Right.
Jez added to it.
So if, let's say, PlayStation went to Konami and said, hey, let's do a deal, and they did like a 3-property deal for exclusivity for those games, it would lead into the previous rumors as well, so it's no surprise. Castlevania is the one surprise for me, really, because that hadn't really been talked about too much before. Surprisingly, also, people seem really excited about the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. When previously, I remember when Konami screwed over Hideo Kojima, everybody was like, we're never going to ever play a Metal Gear game or be excited for one again unless Kojima's involved, right? And this is literally them going around and remaking one of his games without anything to do with him, most likely, right? Which is interesting. However, it seems like people have quickly moved on past that now. I won't say quickly, it's been a while. But people are just ready for some more Metal Gear, regardless if he's involved or not. So
Short-term.
I mean,
memory
he's-
loss.
yeah,
Yeah. He's still working with PlayStation and everything. I don't know how much to believe these rumors, just based on, like, I'm sure maybe it's true if Jez is putting it in, but like PlayStation rumors tend to always be false. Like,
Yeah.
how many times have we heard like a PlayStation rumor? They're like, hey, they're doing this for the showcase. They're gonna have all these bangers, and then like the showcase doesn't happen, or they don't have half the things that people say. Like Xbox rumors are like, yes, sure, I believe like a lot of them because they tend to turn out to be true.
Because
But
Xbox
PlayStation rumors,
devs
I don't know.
talk to people.
Yeah, they do. They definitely talk more.
but the interesting thing
so-
that too though is like the sources are different this time. It's not some random person. Like it is Jez, Special Nick, who like, you know, like there's a lot of things that he said that haven't happened yet, but we'll see. You know what I mean? Like Killer Instinct and stuff. You know, we'll see. But as far as PlayStation, he's actually had a decent track record with PlayStation for sure. And I remember he actually was the first one to drop a leaked trailer or gameplay or something of a PlayStation game. I can't remember exactly which one it was.
Oh yeah, was it the Hideo game? Was that him? It was like the Hideo had his game.
It might have
It was
been.
like
It might have been. It's like last year, I think, before the showcases or something.
I know the extras Spanish YouTuber guy who's usually Xbox leaker. He's the one that got the Kojima overdose game leaked. He's the one that leaked that.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Who got
Yeah.
that?
That was I think it's like extras or something. He's a Spanish YouTuber. He usually does a lot of
Extras.
Xbox. Yeah, something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly.
Brazil.
Oh
Regardless,
yeah, that's the Xbox game. That wasn't PlayStation.
there's more
So,
smoke
again,
to these rumors than the typical just rando, I would say. Like, and it does also feed into like, we already know Silent Hill 2, right?
Yeah.
The rumors for Metal Gear have been around for a while. So
Yeah.
the other just component would be Castlevania. Besides that, Grubb is usually pretty spot on with his games mess stuff as far as timing of events and things like that as well. So let's focus on the showcase here.
Yeah.
Week of May 25th. Let's say it's somewhere between the 21st and 25th. What are we going to see? Like, is PlayStation go out and actually have a bigger show finally and let big things drop and finally get people to know what other games are coming out first party wise besides Spider-Man 2? Or is this a 45-minute Spider-Man 2 show and like 5 minutes of games like what was that OFK game? What was it like?
King of
Yeah.
Fighters.
No, the one that Pong wanted to be game of the year.
OFK.
Is it called OFK?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, forgot about the Goodbye
Volcano
Volcano High.
High.
We're that stuff. Is this going to be another like mixed bag, or do you think they're going to come with some like heavy hitters finally?
Depends
Bungie's
on what
gonna
you
come
consider
out saying
heavy
they're making
hitters.
Halo again.
But yeah, that's what they play. There's probably some PlayStation guys that would actually think that. What were you saying, Fuzz?
It depends on what you consider heavy hitters. Like I have my predictions, but I mean, other than Spider-Man 2, maybe Ghost of Tsushima 2, I wouldn't really consider any of the others heavy hitters. But we'll see. I mean, there's going to be probably one surprise on here, but my predictions are Spider-Man 2, Ghost of Tsushima 2. It's probably not going to be called Ghost of Tsushima. Probably be something completely different as far as the naming. Factions, because if they don't show it then is it even in existence anymore? Pragmata, which is that marketing deal that they have with Capcom. I'm hoping this one is comes true. Gran Turismo coming to PC. You got the Gran Turismo movie, and what better way to follow up than Gran Turismo coming to PC? So I'm fingers crossed that happens. That Horizon Fortnite looking game that leaked out a few months back, I'm pretty sure we get to see that finally. Twisted Metal, since they have the TV series coming, and we've heard rumors prior to the TV series that there was a game kind of in the works. Hopefully we get to see that. I don't know how soon that would release, but hopefully we get some info on it. Marathon, which is that secondary game that Bungie was working on. I know that they had that concept for their next game being Matter, but there was rumors rustling around not too long ago about Marathon possibly being rebooted, especially when all the ABK
But
stuff
see, I think
started.
they've been working on Matter a lot longer than they have Marathon, because they've I feel like they've been working on Matters probably for the last 3 years now, in the back
Does
end.
Bungie own the rights to Marathons? Because did Microsoft acquire the rights to Marathon when they acquired Bungie? Just the only reason I'm asking that is because Marathon in a way was kind of like a precursor to Halo, at least a spiritual successor. So when Bungie got back from Microsoft, I thought that maybe they got the rights to their IPs, right? But to all of them. So, and they even had Marathon come out on the Xbox Live Arcade and stuff like that as well.
Apparently they still own them. I just looked it up. Apparently they still have the rights to Marathon.
So Bungie does.
Yeah, Microsoft just bought Halo.
All right, fair enough.
And then we just talked about the Metal Gear reboot or the Metal Gear 3. So that will more than likely be there. I don't know if they're going to talk about Silent Hill, since that was already unveiled by Konami a while back. Death Stranding 2, there was no official announcement. I know I think Redis, it said something a while back. I don't think Kojima himself said anything about it other than that they are working on it, but no official announcement of when it's coming kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then my two wild cards are an Astrobot Battle Royale that's in the vein of Fall Guys, and Geronimo, which is a VR game coming to PC and MetaQuest 2. That the devs have said that they're working on a PSVR version or PSVR 2 version of it. So we'll see if any of those come true, but I don't think it's going to be a big show, but I think it'll be enough to kind of keep the PlayStation fan base happy, since they haven't really had a showcase in 2+ years. So
not only have they not had a showcase though, Fuzz, they haven't had a game released this year besides MLB The Show. And I think I think they really got to fix their quantity problem here, because everybody's saying that about Xbox, but you look at Xbox and they got 5 first-party releases already this year, plus also Game Pass deals for games day one, including one of them being the only Sony game to release this year, which is MLB The Show. So besides that, we don't have a release date yet for Spider-Man 2. And we don't have any other first-party games actually even announced besides Wolverine and Factions, I believe. And those games, we don't know when they're coming out at all, or whatever.
We know there's every studio has an announced project they're working on from Sony, pretty much, but they're all super early. So that's where I'm I don't know what.
So
first
this
party
has got to be, for me, this has got to be the show where you start to show some of these games that are being worked on from these studios, because if you look at what they have right now, there's not enough. And especially when you look at this year where there's not any releases, and it's just not it's not a good enough. You can't have a whole year where you have two first party releases and one of them is in Game Pass, which is a better value on the other platform, right? So they got to come out. I think they got to have another surprise game. Well, actually, they don't. I take it back. They already came out and said they don't have another game for this year. So they got
another game for the fiscal year. Unless
I mean, this is what Sony does. They show you games 4 or 5 years out. So like this is going to be the stage where Sony shows you the next 4 or 5 years of games they're coming out with.
This is going to be the Sony 12-month showcase.
No, like this is Sony 4-year
showcase.
This is how Sony does it. They come out every couple of years with a big showcase and they show you like their big games. Like if that's what they're going to do, just like kind of sticking with some of their MOs, like this should be the year since they kind of wrapped up most of their projects. And we're kind of in mid console generation now and got all the stuff that was supposed to have been at the end of last console generation out. So like
they need to fix their problems though. You know, they got some problems there with quantity and pipeline issues.
Hopes and dreams showcase.
If you guys can't tell, what I'm doing is turning the reality of the fake narratives around about Xbox and twisting it back onto PlayStation, which is in reality what's actually happening. Like you look at this and there's only one more fucking game listed coming out this year for PlayStation that is a first party game, and the other one that already dropped is a multi-platform and a better value on another platform. So regardless of anything else, PlayStation's got to fix the pipeline problems, because you know what, quantity matters as well, apparently, right? Everybody says, where are the games? Well, it's a problem when your competitor has 5 first party games drop in 5 months and you got one. And then you only have one more potentially. It's not even officially going to happen this year. The financials said fiscal year 2023 is going to happen.
Well, when does the fiscal year ends in March? So
2024.
Of 2024?
No, 2020. Yeah, March of 2024. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it can't be March 2023, guys.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
going back in. We're going in.
Sorry, it's a time warp because PlayStation's 2023 is much like Xbox's 2022.
I don't know if I'm being a Sony defender or not here, but they did re-release Siphon Filter Dark Mirror this year, which was a PSP game.
Oh my god!
They remade it for their service. So, like, if we're counting age 2. We got to give them Siphon Filter.
Dang, so
but it's not a complete. Did they completely remaster and
they just updated controls and stuff?
Yeah, fuck that shit. I played this. I played
remastered.
I played the Siphon Filters on that PS Plus premium service. It was like unfucking controllable. It was one of the worst things that ever been tried to play. I couldn't even move my character. I'm like, what is this shit? This is the kind of stuff they're trying to get me to pay $18.99 a month for a premium subscription for these extra PS1, PS2 type games. It wouldn't even function properly. It was garbage. It was straight ass. It was horrible. And that doesn't count. It doesn't count.
I have a confession. Folks.
Yeah.
I subscribed. I subscribed to PlayStation Extra. Just because, so I can get those games.
But you have to get premium to get those games.
Did you
and that's what I saw, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? I have to pay fucking $19 to play back-compat games? What the fuck? Yeah. That is crazy." Because I'm like, Wild Arms, I think 1, 2, and 3 are in there. I'm like, cool. That I would like to play those. I mean, granted, they do have, I think. YS 8 and is it 8 and 9? That's in
I don't even know what you're talking about.
It's a role-playing game.
Yeah, it's
RPG.
It's like an old Final Fantasy style RPG, like Breath of Fire, that kind of genre.
Yeah, so I'm like, I mean, that's an extra. So I was like, all right, let me download some of these games and claim some of these games before they disappear. And but they did not offer a lot in the fact of games that I could have. So I'm like, a lot of the games that I saw were under the premium umbrella. I'm like, I'm not paying $19.
All of the back compat ones for the PS1, PS2, and Vita, I think, or they're all on
every
the premium
single
tier.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all back to back. I'm like, that is fucking insane. And I hear that's like the one thing that I always hear. PlayStation has the best service because all these games, they all offer so many games. Like, yeah, and I gotta pay $19 so I can play back compat. What Xbox gave it to us for nothing, pretty much. I'm like, the fuck. I mean, yeah, you have to own the games, but it's the same thing. If you don't have that, if you're not paying that service, you have to own them outright. It's fucking insane.
Yeah.
So
And then there's no discount, on that too. So you don't get a deal on those games.
I don't think a lot of them. I don't think you can even buy. Psycho.
Depends on the game.
Because they stream it. They stream PlayStation 1 games. It's not like native.
Some of them you can. Some of them are native. Right? Some of them are native.
I think PlayStation 3 is the only stream ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't.
Oh, okay.
Because they couldn't like you can't download those.
They didn't figure out how to make an emulator
or whatever.
No.
Well, I just looked up.
But there was an emulator on the Xbox, isn't there?
Yeah.
The end of the fiscal year for Sony is March 2024. Yeah. That's crazy.
So Spider-Man will be out by then for sure. But like they said, it's on track for 2023 before, but like we still don't have a date.
So like,
wow. So there is no factions this year.
Factions is not happening this year because they in their financials they said that the only other game the only game they have releasing this year is this fiscal year is Spider-Man.
Yeah,
they said that in the financials.
They'll announce it.
So not till March 2024. There's only Spider-Man.
Yes.
Yep.
That's official in their financials or in their last financial report. And
they do have third-party deals coming out.
They have third parties.
They have a ton of third-party deals. Yeah, that's probably what the showcase is going to be.
But they have third-party deals, but honestly, for this year, not that many. They have Final Fantasy 16 is a game. Yeah, a lot of their happening, but besides that,
a lot of their other big third parties have, I think, a 2024 release date, and that's all we know. Like Rise of the Ronin. Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade might be 23.
Stellar Blade might hit this year, but is that published by Sony or is that a third party exclusive?
I think it's just third party exclusive deal.
Because it was supposed to come to Xbox and they yanked it.
Yeah, a couple other give them a bag for that.
A couple other bigger games that we maybe see is Ben Studios is working on another big open world game. They have people that made Days Gone. The Astral Playroom people, they're making a new 3D action game or something that's supposed to have VR capabilities and like native controller capabilities or whatever. It's supposed to be a hybrid. Bungie actually has a shit ton of stuff. They have the next the Destiny season content is going to wrap up this year or next year. It's going to pretty much wrap up the storyline Destiny 2. So whatever they do with that afterwards, they're going to start working on. There's supposed to be some kind of Destiny mobile experience. Ooh. And Matter, the new IP, which I think is probably their closest next big project. I know Fuzzy was kind of saying it was Marathon or whatever. Marathon, they're describing it as an extraction shooter, so it's probably going to be another one of those games as a service things.
Yeah.
This is all just like what
20 service games, right?
Yes, Stellar Blade. The chat told me, and I just verified. Thanks to Duke Togo, but I just verified also. Stellar Blade is being published by Sony now, which it was not originally. It wasn't originally because that game was originally a multi-platform game,
and that's how they can get away with not having Xbox because that's what they did with Final.
Yeah, they got the
Street Fighter 5.
They got the publishing rights for it. So
do they have PC publishing rights, or is that 505 again?
This is developer is Shift Up, publisher is Sony Interactive Entertainment. I don't know who the PC publisher is.
So Xbox for PC could get it, and console won't. Again, shit on the console.
Also,
I don't know.
Sony has a lot of TV and movie productions in the works.
I don't even know if there's a PC release announced.
Spider-Verse.
Fuck that. Anyways, so
they have a Destiny TV project. They have Twisted Metal TV. They have Gran Turismo coming out. They just finished Last of Us.
Yeah.
They have
So
some
TV,
other
TV,
shows.
TV.
Yeah.
So we
Anyway.
have 2 first party games, I guess. If you include this one as first party, which Sony didn't in their financials. So unless they're expecting this to be delayed or something, I'm not sure. But Stellar Blade is supposed to hit this year. Final Fantasy 16 is hitting this year. Spider-Man
Well,
2 this fiscal year at least.
I don't think they
those will
wanna,
be there. Those games will be there, right?
Yeah, I don't think they want to acknowledge it first party because of Babylon Fall and God is it Godfall?
Yeah.
So they don't want it. Those were like not disastrous, but Babylon Fall
those weren't
was.
published by Sony though. Like those were published by Square.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
that's the big difference here. Like that's why I was curious.
Okay.
You know, this is actually published by Sony now. So
Yeah.
Jasper, what you're saying is they're going to have more
whole ass
first party
TV
TV
segment, yeah.
shows than games.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's another thing, like with their subservice, most of their games were fucking stuff that left Xbox Game Pass, and they all have that on. Like a lot of that stuff is all games that was on Xbox is now on there. And I'm
Oh, you mean like
"Oh."
every Bethesda title?
Almost every Bethesda title, but like Dragon Quest 11, Dragon Quest Builder 2, 1 and 2 is in there, and
Yeah.
a whole bunch of other shit.
Hey,
that,
I mean, if this showcase, like, I'm
Like
sure,
nothing.
if it's a bigger showcase where they're showcasing down the line, then I'm sure they're gonna have like maybe Wolverine tees, maybe,
factions.
maybe factions, yeah, things like that. But in terms of what's available this year, that does kind of suck. But they are in a market position where they could really just go to a third party and then they will accept it. So that's just where we are at nowadays.
So
that's just how it is gonna be. They will pay for a lot of different third party deals, and like
I know like a lot of us like Xbox people, we're trying to like make the narrative that like Sony's hurting for games, but they're really not. Like
yeah, like in terms of like in first, if we're gonna make the argument like first party,
I'm focused on first party,
yes.
Jasper, because that's all that matters according to people, right?
Yeah, according to
but even still, they're really
fanboys.
not. Like they have a lot of projects in the works. Like
Yes.
Xbox, we did that whole thing with Xbox where we was like, just wait till next
but for
year.
this
Just wait till next
year,
year.
but we gave smoke to Xbox for 2022, right? Where
Yeah,
is the smoke for PlayStation for 2023?
That's true. I mean, 2022, I did heavily
Xbox
criticize
did last
Xbox because I was like, listen, you guys had only like Pentiment, and there's no other games first party wise. There was some like Game Pass deals that they did do. But yeah, I guess if we're gonna talk about that, Mav, like you guys are the market leader, you should have some other first party games.
No excuse.
Especially with your
I'm not
20
giving them
plus,
a pass.
20 plus studios.
I'm not giving them a pass.
know.
Who gives Xbox a pass ever? I'm not giving
I think-
PlayStation a
What
pass.
if they show
Matt,
hardware though, like the PS4
I think
or
it's-
PS5 Pro or the PS5 Lite, the portable system?
So
I think it's because
issue,
they pay for so many third-party games that it never sees a light on Xbox. Maybe that's why people see it differently.
So is what
And also they're a market leader. A couple things.
I agree. One, Spider-Man 2 is better than anything Xbox put out last year, first party, right? If that Spider-Man 2 actually launches this year, that like is worth like
Everything Xbox put out last year.
Alone. But
Yeah.
what I'm getting at is like we still don't even have a release date for Spider-Man 2.
We have a window.
So we don't know. Yeah, we have a window, right? But regardless, if you take away the comparison of but Xbox didn't have any big games. I get that. But one big first party game is still not enough for an entire year. So
They
like-
had MLB The Show.
that's on Game Pass. It's not an exclusive. So
That's still first party.
if they want to count exclusives as the end all be all, if you can get a better deal on that game on another platform, I'm just saying it's not
You're
it.
picking up the goalpost, Mav.
I
Are you
am.
playing it back
I'm
in the same
doing it.
spot. Or are you moving it?
No, I'm moving the fucking goalposts. I'm
Yeah,
moving it to all
Minecraft.
the places that they move it to. So what I'm saying is,
Minecraft Legends.
if I can get Game Pass, if I can get MLB The Show for way less money on another platform. It's not something to celebrate on fucking PlayStation anymore. Like I feel ripped off if I'm buying that on PlayStation now. I feel like, oh fuck, I should be getting this in PlayStation Plus, but I'm not. Besides that, they do have Spider-Man coming, which is great, you know, but like we don't know when it's coming out. So here's what they got to do at this show. They got to tell us when Spider-Man 2 is going to release, right? They got to tell us when Factions is going to release. They got to do more than just show us a cardboard piece of paper on a stage to show us the kind of condition of quality that Factions is in, right? Then they also
you can't get hyped for concept art.
No, not especially when it's on a fucking piece of paper. Okay, like you gotta like at least show us something. Okay, Factions, you need to give us more than that. Like you got to tell us when that's happening. Give us an idea for Wolverine. Tell us about some of these other games that some of these other developers are working on.
We're getting a teaser trailer for Matter if they actually do a big show this year.
Yeah, I want to see Bungie. Bungie will be if they announce Bungie's thing, that's going to be a big deal. They need to show us like what a Sucker Punch is working on, a Sony Bend, studios like this, right? Like stuff that we know is happening, but to your credit, to your point, Jasper, there's making games. It's like Xbox is, right? Yeah. The issue is we don't know what any of them are, and we have no idea when any of them are coming out. So my point here is that when people talk about, well, we don't know what's going on with Xbox, and we know of a hell of a lot more going on with Xbox than we do PlayStation currently. And besides that, we need to know like some kind of confidence in a game a quarter.
That's why I'm saying like
for PlayStation.
PlayStation, I think a lot of PlayStation stuff is early, like whereas like a lot of the projects that we know of Xbox, like Project Belfry, Project Cobalt and stuff, like that's kind of the stages where Sony's at right now. So where it's just all project names. They don't have like anything that's concrete that we know about. Yeah. Like, so all this stuff is farther out, just like all those project names that we have for Xbox. But Xbox has a lot more stuff that's closer together too. So they have a full like
we got
roadmap for the next
5 games already
10 years.
And they feels confident about the one per quarter now. And I don't see any reason why that's not going to continue. And that's not just one game per quarter. That's like one big game per quarter filled in with smaller stuff as well. Like there's a realistic chance that there could be like 9 to 10 first party games drop on Xbox this year. There's a realistic chance that there's only 2 or 3 first party games drop on PlayStation this year. Right? And people act like Xbox is the one that has a quantity problem. Okay, so what I'm getting at is Sony's got to come out there and deliver us the goods and let us know when these games are coming and who's making what. Like I want to see it. Like they haven't had a big show in a while now. I want them to drop the gauntlet and sell us on the future of the brand, much like Xbox has had to do in the past. But they need to come out there and they need to nail it with big games, and I think they will. Like I'm talking shit right now a lot, but like for the sake of putting things into trying to put into perspective, like if I'm looking forward to like what's coming up on PlayStation right now, my list is very small. Like they need to expand my list, right? So I think that would be fair for PlayStation consumers to want to know what the future is for the game. So tell us what's coming in 2024. If you look around,
like there's a list of PlayStation projects in the works. Like to be fair, you just gotta look.
We don't know. Like just okay. So we ran on the list of Xbox projects, right?
Yeah, like the 40 games. Like PlayStation has like 20. So
yeah, we could do the same. The difference is we know about a Contraband, we know about an Avowed, we know about a Fable, we know about a Perfect Dark.
That's why I was saying like PlayStation stuff is farther along. We know project names. They're not actual names yet.
Yeah, we know State of Decay 3. You know, we know several different games, right? PlayStation, we know Spider-Man 2, and we know Factions and Wolverine. So, like, if Starfield also for Xbox and Age of Empires 4, I mean
20 plus games.
The games as a service?
The games as a service games they said they're going to make 20.
Well, we know at least one of them is that Horizon game that looked like Fortnite.
Yeah.
Oh, OCD Gamer, Hellblade 2, Forza Motorsport. I mean, we know about so many Xbox games, right? And people act like, we're so worried that Xbox isn't going to come out with quality big games. And where's the pipeline? Can they release any games? We fucking know about so many of them. And on PlayStation, we don't know about any of them. So I want at the PlayStation Showcase for them to ease our concerns, because everybody should be so concerned about this. If they're concerned about Xbox's pipeline and amount of games they have coming, and they can't seem to release games. Xbox just can't seem to. If that narrative is out there from big games media, which it is apparently, after reading that dumbass article I read last night, PlayStation should be in way worse trouble. Oh my God, there should be panic on the streets. People should be throwing their PlayStations in the trash, according to how bad it is in Xbox land right now with we can't figure it out when we got 5 first-party games already released this year.
Honestly, though, a lot of PlayStation games are mobile games and VR games in the works. So, like,
yeah, well, that's a different platform. You got to own a whole nother platform in order to play those games. Like, if they should even separate that show to like the 1,000 people that actually give a shit about it, and don't include it in the big PlayStation Showcase, right? You can go have your show for the aces of the world and those people that love VR, and that's great. We want to celebrate it. Yeah, we're this niche community of enthusiasts that love this VR tech. We're going to have our own little private show where 5 people are going to show up and clap and cheer and spend our $550 and play with our shit and celebrate and be broke because we spent so much damn money on something that's never going to have any fucking good games on it. We can celebrate that in a separate show from the actual PlayStation State of Play. Please don't actually
this
have
Half-Life Alex. That was pretty good.
They play Half-Life
That was
Alex.
Are they giving
Half-Life
Half-Life
Alex
Alex?
isn't even on PlayStation. That's like the only good VR game out there anybody ever talks about, and it's not even like, come on. I'm just saying, like, please don't include your VR shit at
they
this
got Beat
show.
Saber.
we're just being devil advocate, if you guys.
How long
can't
has
tell.
Beat Saber been out? Like 5 years?
Like 5 years.
Yeah. Okay. Yay! We got Beat Saber. That's fucking great. Let's go.
It's a pack-in with Quest 2, so
I want to see Wolverine. I want to see what Sucker Punch is working on next, and I don't want it to be Ghost of Tsushima 2 as much as I love Ghost of Tsushima. I want to see Infamous. I want to see a new Infamous game. That would be amazing for me. So I want Sucker Punch to show up. I want Naughty Dog to show up and show something other than a dumbass Last of Us boring game. I want to see Uncharted come back, please. I want them to celebrate Uncharted and stop making depression zombie games.
They're gonna make games that can be movies. Like, that's kind of where PlayStation is headed.
Yeah, I want to see. You know what would really kill at the PlayStation Showcase if they had like a Bloodborne 2 or something from FromSoft.
Or if they fix the first Bloodborne. I want 4K 60.
Yeah,
for
just
Bloodborne.
They could give us a
they'll give us a
KOTOR update.
director's cut of Bloodborne before they'll give us a new one. You're right.
Is there something weird with the rights of that game, right? Or like, I know From Software doesn't own the rights, Sony does, so they're like, and it's like in a weird limbo. Is that what's pretty much going on with Bloodborne? Does anybody know?
I'm not even sure.
I
Yeah,
think they
I'm
just
sure
FromSoft
someone
is busy making so many other games. We got a $5 super chat earlier from Tom from Toonami. Appreciate you, Tom. It says actually the financial report said fisting year, so it's it's Sony's fisting year ending in 2023. So we'll see. I am actually really excited. As much shit as I'm talking, I'm talking because I want to see badass stuff at the Sony State of Play or Showcase, whatever
Matt's
they call
talking
it.
because he's tired of hearing the complaints about Xbox, to be honest.
Yes, that. But I'm putting the perspective. This is the conversation that should be being had about Sony, and nobody's talking about it. How long is
a free pass?
How long has it been? So it's all year. No big first party releases. So let's go. Let's have a big show, Sony. Sell us on the hopes and dreams and the pipeline.
Matt
coming.
says that was most play game is a Sony game this year. MLB The Show.
It is on Game Pass. On Game Pass.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think why Sony gets a free. I'm pretty sure everybody on the panel knows. Like, Sony gets a free pass for a lot of things because they've proven that people with their AAA big blockbuster games that like, hey, look, we can do this. Now they have canceled a lot of what I loved about Sony with like some of their older IPs. Like they pretty much are very much catering towards specific game, which is fine. That's what they want to do. But in the past, I feel like they've had a plethora of different genres from first party that they were definitely pushing out. And I feel like now they're pretty much rewarding a lot of devs to cater towards a specific genre and audience.
Yeah,
and
I
get
it.
that. Yeah,
like
just how they
Siphon
are.
Filter, Twisted Metal, and God of War, like my 3 favorite franchises. I don't have 2 of those, and the reboot of God of War is a completely different game than the old one, so it's like I don't care about it.
Yeah, like they completely changed what God of War was as a game. It's like it's more story driven. The camera's like pulled closer in. It's just a different game. It's a great game. It's just different. Like all these games are catering towards a specific thing. But back in the day, I loved like Jack and Daxter. I loved Twisted Metal. I loved Siphon Filter. And I or even SOCOM. All these other sort of different games.
Resistance was also amazing. Like
Resistance, they gave up on like first person shooters, and a lot of their games aren't even catered to online play. That's why it's smart for them to focus on third party because they're like, hey, we're just gonna make these sort of type of games. You could say they're different. You could say like Horizon is different from Last of Us, and they are different in that respect, but they are still
boring in a different way.
Action.
One has metal robots, one has zombies.
Yeah, one zombie.
Bring back
I hear that a lot.
SOCOM. Come on, man. If they announce like a SOCOM at this thing, I'll be like, yes, you're bringing good multiplayer back to PlayStation. Like SOCOM would be sick.
Or
do it.
Put freaking multiplayer in Spider-Man 2. You're having 2 Spider-Mans. That's a perfect opportunity to add in like multiplayer and stuff. But that's the stuff where I'm like, I don't think Sony.
Oh my god! If they get
like
that fucking Respawn first-person shooter Star Wars game, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed off.
Oh yeah. They probably will. I don't know. But
they're looking for that Call of Duty competitor since they're about to lose it, and if they can buy up that Respawn game,
I just want another. I'd rather have another Battlefront from EA than another shooter.
Killzone should return. Like if who did in Killzone? Insomniac?
Gorilla.
Gorilla.
Right? Oh yeah, Gorilla. So why Horizon? Man, I miss those older franchises. Like I feel like PlayStation at some point really just gave up on a lot of their franchises.
What does Gorilla make again?
They made
Killzone. And then they gave up with what was the last Killzone? They gave up with that and just focused on Horizon.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Horizon.
They just helped put out the VR game too with one of their other studios.
Yeah.
That's a studio I've never really liked any other stuff, to be honest.
I've been on mute this whole time, bro.
Oh, have you? Okay.
I'm like, why are these motherfuckers ain't responding? I'm like having really great conversations over here, and I'm like bouncing off of your, and then I'm like, what the fuck? And I see my light flashing. I'm like,
I know Psycho would have had my back on this problem of quantity, like if you were silent. So I was just getting up
dude.
on.
I was talking. I was there the whole fucking time. I'm like, god damn, these points are fucking awesome. Whatever. Goddamn Mike. But no, man, yeah, it's just crazy how this generation, this year, how the main focus is on Xbox, and it could be they're doing it purposely because they know that Sony has literally one first party game releasing possibly in 2023, and they like the shift to be on Xbox, so because PlayStation can't do no wrong in their eyes. And it's just nuts how there's all the narrative is all about Xbox this and Xbox that, but yet, as you're saying, Mav, why is it no one really talking about how the lack of first party game, that they have an issue with games coming out from PlayStation, and it's all we hear about is only what's wrong with Microsoft Xbox.
And it's not only that too, but like you remember the whole conversation. Well, you know, Xbox is just a Halo, Gears, and Forza box. So right now, PlayStation is just a fucking God of War, Horizon box, pretty much, and Last of Us. But like, they're just doing and Spider-Man. They're just doing sequels to all their games again. Like, here's the thing: like, Returnal was new. Destruction All Stars, yay! That one was new, right? And then they had a bunch of third-party games and stuff like that, right? Yeah. But like, really, there's been about the same amount of first-party releases this year. I would say that yes, PlayStation's had more big releases for sure, but this year is a different animal, right? And we're coming off of a week last week where everybody's acting like Xbox is doomed because they can't figure out how to release games. Because of one bad game. How many bad games has PlayStation already had tied to all their marketing and all this stuff? If third party is what they're using to fill their pipeline, which is what they're doing this year, then they have to stand behind the quality of the third party exclusive deals they're making too, because that's their business model, right? So if you have a Forspoken that and you're marketing it almost like it's a first party game, you're investing in all of that, you know, you're keeping it off other platforms, all this kind of stuff. That's just as bad almost as a Redfall, right? Like, here's the thing. That's their model. That's PlayStation's model, right? They're gonna, I think Final Fantasy 16 is gonna be good, right? But Babylon's Fall, Godfall, like these other games that they have these big third-party deals with, if they flop, that damages their pipeline because that's what they were counting on. And this year is filled with third-party stuff besides 2 first-party games right now that are actually made from first-party studios, which is Spider-Man 2 and MLB The Show, and we don't even know when Spider-Man 2 is coming out. So if you want to act
VR
like
stuff, they have
VR is a whole other platform. Like less than like 1% of PlayStation owners own a fucking VR 2. So that you can't even. That's not going to appeal to the PlayStation audience, right? It's going to look cool.
You could say the same thing.
Actually,
Xbox.
I think it's like 2%.
2%.
You could say the same thing with Xbox when they put out like Gears Tactics and stuff like that. Like. PC wasn't their main platform. Console. Now it is, but I'm saying when they put it out, it was only on PC.
Yeah, but that's why I gave smoke to Xbox about they should have put that on console day one, right? Yeah. But like, still, we're not talking about Aura too much right now. Like, because it's probably gonna be on PC, right? We're counting games that are dropping on console, right? So it's an issue. It's an issue that nobody's talking about. Last week, this whole narrative got focused around Xbox can't figure shit out on how to release games when they've released 5 times the amount of PlayStation this year, and they have probably 3 or 4 times the amount still coming later this year than PlayStation does, including big games. We still have big games right around the corner. So my point is, talking back into the showcase is where we should be talking about is I feel like there's pressure that should be there on PlayStation to deliver, to let us know all this stuff. Because we don't know a lot, and I want to know. I want to be excited, right? So excite us. Give us the goods.
I really hope that they do show something at this showcase, because if the last couple showcases been pretty much what games have been coming out, third-party deals, VR, and it's nothing really like. The console. I had the PS5 since November of last year. I haven't turned it on in, I would say, since January, maybe January, and I had so many fucking updates to do. There's like there hasn't been anything that really has gotten me excited outside of the Wolverine game, the last Ronin, and a couple games, but we don't know if that's next year, 2025, 2026. But that's it. I mean, they haven't really shown. Like, I love God of War, but I did not finish the 2018 God of War, and if I didn't have that much excitement for it, I'm not gonna pick up the new one. I heard it's really good, but it just did not. The remake did not suck me in like Jaffe's God of War.
Yeah. Well, we need to move into the other showcases. So tell me something that would excite you for the PlayStation showcase.
What would excite me? I would love to see either SOCOM, Siphon Filter, Twisted Metal, something like if they were going to bring back an old franchise, if they were going to go something brand new, let's have Sony go back to being being innovating and give us something like what Twisted Metal was back then. Now, right now we just began cookie cutter.
What about a TV show trailer? Because that's what's going to be.
No, I don't want no goddamn TV trailers or a video game event. All right.
I mean, that's a good timing if you're gonna have a TV show.
If we're gonna push TV shows, then they need the same bullshit that Xbox got in 2013.
No, TV shows are great now.
Oh yeah. Well, they can start. But it's great. It's fucking fantastic because I can't play those games. Oh yeah, wait, they're fucking trash. But I just want something. If they're gonna make new, I want new. Something they haven't shown before, something innovating that really shows us like, holy shit, this is the OG Sony PlayStation of making fucking really great games, that because they did make some really great games back in the day. That's why they were fucking so fucking popular with the PS2. And let's PlayStation go back there. But
that's a very good point.
Unfortunately, I don't see them doing that because
I think they're going to meet us halfway on that. I think they're going to have the live service stuff. I think they're going to bring back a couple things, hopefully, and then they'll keep on with this other trend that they've been on as well. Yeah. But a lot of those games, they can't keep just doing Horizon and God of War games, right? So like there's going to be some new stuff. I feel like it's going to be exciting.
You underestimate.
Yeah, I think Ben's studio. I think they're making a new open world IP.
But the thing is, though, we saw that Horizon had a new offshoot, and the PlayStation fans had really poor response with it because it wasn't pretty fucking graphics. So
it's because it was an early dev build, and no one understands that.
This is the issue that they kind of pigeonhole. They have to spend that AAA budget to have that game be successful, as they're almost lost and pigeonholed themselves from really doing something innovating.
They're doing the live service games for those games too. So there is a Horizon live service game coming, but like I can't imagine that's going to be that.
That's
good.
Just what Factions is going to be.
And how well received are those games going to be? Because
I don't know, man.
This game is not that great because it's a live service game. That's the fucking.
It's not. I just don't trust those studios to make good multiplayer games. To be honest with you. I mean, like that bottom line, that's my primary concern with those games. I do think that like they need some of those and they need some to be good. But I think Bungie is going to make a good one. And then like maybe maybe one or two of them hit. And if that's fine, that's what they get. That's all they need. They're even if they bat 20% on their like 10 live service games are coming out, that's going to be fine. The issue is that those devs that don't hit could have been working on other stuff that would have been really badass, right? So as far as financially for the model that PlayStation's going for, they need at least two or three of those to hit. But I feel like you nailed on like innovating again and making some other franchises that are exciting, right? Like the whole third party exclusive deals is cool and all, like fine if that's what you want to do and stuff like that, but you still got to have your first party pipeline, right? And right now, it's not enough. It's just not, point blank. Yeah, so get on track. Get your shit fixed, Sony. Where's your games? Sony has no first party games. Where are they? I'm so confused.
Sony has no games.
I'm so confused, man. It's like, what world are we living in? This is like PS3 era all over again. I don't understand. No, come on. Just give us the games. Having a badass show. Announce lots of new stuff. That's what I want from Sony. Let's move on, because I'm sick of talking about PlayStation. I just talked about it for 3 hours last night. The dumbass article. All right, moving on. What is the next on the agenda? Oh yeah, Summer Game Fest. Fuck, that's another PlayStation show. I'm just kidding. Summer Game Fest. the CLiCK, not the Game Awards, but his summer show, where he single-handedly annihilated E3 and stomped on their grave and pissed on them while they're buried E3. Every time E3 made a tweet, Jeff Keighley
was
there
really
was
petty.
was
And
there
he was
to
like, "Whoa, I didn't
defecate.
do anything." I was like, "Wow, really? You don't see what you're doing?" Like he clearly knew what he was doing. But every time, like E3 was posted dead, he was like, "Oh." Anyways, Summer Game Show Fest. That was petty. That was low.
Yeah, he's
That hurt me a
he's
little bit because I went to E3.
petty little man. But he's got some good shows. So Summer Game Fest is happening in June
Sponsored by
8th.
Verizon.
But on June 8th, I expect we'll see The Rock shirtless working out, sponsoring his latest energy drink. I expect we'll see a Troy Baker interview for 5 minutes probably during this show. Besides those two things.
Kojima podcast episode.
You're right. They'll probably premiere the sequel to the Kojima podcast as well. What are we expecting for Summer Game Fest? Like, is Xbox gonna have a presence there this year? Because they did last year a little bit, but like at the Game Awards they didn't.
Thing with the CLiCK is it's open to everyone, so literally any
Yeah.
company or studio can be there. We had, I think, Sonic last year, so like maybe we get something from Sega there again. Maybe the Hyenas game that's supposed to be coming out, this third multiplayer big game. I'm just trying to think of other studios. Maybe you see Final Fantasy there because either the 7 Remake 2 or 16 also, because it's not technically Sony,
You
it's
would
still
save
third
that
party.
for your show, though, right? No.
Well, I mean, Final
Or for
Fantasy is
Sony's
still
show.
Final Fantasy is still technically third party. So like,
But is it really at this point?
yeah, it's made by Square.
until the ink is dry on a.
I mean, I guess.
Uh,
It's to me, this the way they do business.
Yeah.
It's just like it's pretty much
Yeah.
Sony land.
if we get something from Xbox, I think it's gonna be something we already know about. That's not that big. Maybe like not like Sea of Thieves update, small, but like an actual game that we know about. We might get a trailer, or something like, or another trailer, something like that. I don't know, something small. But I mean, that's the thing with the CLiCK is it's up for the air. Like anything could be there.
Maybe we'll see like something like Silk Song or something there. Like
I think Xbox would hold that one because that's their big.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like if there's stuff from Xbox there, I honestly usually I would say, hey, Xbox, give something big to the CLiCKs, right? Because like you want to grab the audience from like the Nintendo and PlayStation gamers, right, that are watching the show. And normally I would say that, but this year I'm saying fuck it, hold everything for your own show, and just like make your show the biggest, most badass thing you possibly could. You know what I mean? So whatever I think CLiCK could get, maybe holdovers that they just can't fit into their show, right? So maybe like
That's what I was thinking. Everything that can't fit into that main show, it'll spill into the CLiCK show, like smaller announcements.
give CLiCK the
I think
scraps
the
or
only-
something far off.
Yeah, give them.
I think the only thing that would probably be best suited for CLiCK at that point would be Kojima's game from Xbox.
Yeah, rub it in everybody's face again.
Yeah.
That'd be a pretty good.
I
one.
I think CLiCK would give like Kojima like the floor to like talk
But
about
isn't
it.
Kojima's next game Death Stranding 2 or whatever? Like the Overdose one's still far
Yeah.
out. So
Yeah,
Well,
it's true.
he's supposedly working on 2 at the same time, which includes Death Stranding and whatever the cloud
The
game is.
Xbox game is. Yeah, he's
It's
working on the
probably
Xbox
overdose.
game. And then,
Do you think CLiCK would have the Metal? I mean, I think that would be at the PlayStation show. You don't think CLiCK would actually have a Metal Gear game on his show? I don't think.
not with his friend with Kojima.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm
Kojima's
thinking,
gonna be,
like-
salty.
Like somebody, if
Probably
Konami
not.
was like, hey, Jeff, we have this Metal Gear game. I think CLiCK would be like, not gonna happen. No, not gonna do that to my buddy Kojima.
Maybe
well,
the Castlevania
maybe he'll
game can
just
appear there.
briefly do it. Like it'll be a quick trailer.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to talk about it.
He's like, this is our premiere of Metal Gear, and up next, I'm bringing up my friend Kojima to talk about his
Yep.
game.
It'll be like 5 seconds. Like here's Metal Gear Solid. Anyways, back to the show. He could do it still. I can see him doing that.
FromSoft like always has something at a CLiCK show.
Yeah.
So if maybe Armored Core 6
Armored
is
Core?
there
Yeah.
if it's
Yeah.
not at the Xbox show. I think Xbox has marketing rights on it.
Is there another Elden Ring DLC coming out? Maybe.
They have the one, but they haven't shown it yet, have they?
I don't
I don't think so.
think so.
That would be a big thing to show at the Keeleys, because
And that was
Elden
also, I
Ring-
think, wasn't it revealed there?
yeah,
originally?
yeah. It was always at Game Awards. Like it was originally teased there. They had it. They had another thing at like E3, but they like every Game Awards or something that Keeley had, Elden Ring would show up. I feel like so. FromSoft could either be there with either Armored Core 6 or Elden Ring DLC potentially. That's a good thought.
Maybe both even.
Mm-hmm.
Also that new Harry Potter game, because I think Hogwarts was shown there last year, right? Or maybe
Oh,
at the Game
the
Awards.
Quidditch or
The Quidditch like fighting game, yeah.
See what else. I'm not expecting a big, unless Perfect Dark, because Perfect Dark was originally revealed at the Game Awards, I believe. So
yeah.
if they, maybe that would be like a follow-up thing. Like Xbox tends to have the same games at some of the same type shows. So the other thing is you could potentially have Hellblade 2 there again, because Keeley almost nuts every single time they show Hellblade 2 at his show.
I think Xbox is saving Hellblade.
Saving Hellblade.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a small trailer this year, and it's going to say stay tuned until September, August for the direct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for the most part, Xbox gives him the stuff that's going to be in Game Pass day and date. So the Armor Core
Yeah.
thing, if rumors have
Third
it,
party Game Pass.
yeah, that would make sense to have Armor Core 6 there. Kojima's game possibly there.
Oh, maybe I'm tired of seeing Soccer 2 at the Xbox stage, so they may give that to Keeley. Because Soccer 2's been
what?
at Xbox stage like every fucking year.
Soccer 2.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So like they may just hand that off to
Um,
Keeley this year.
I think out of respect for the Ukraine thing, they might show it up. I don't know. It might be in the Xbox show.
Do we think that game's actually going to hit this year?
No.
They're starting to do more social media stuff, so maybe. But
I give it a 51% chance.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, understandable.
Yeah.
You know, that if it doesn't hit this year, I don't think anyone is like saying, like,
Oh, yeah.
it's
Oh
definitely gonna
no,
hit this
it's not a normal delay situation. Oh no,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm just
Yeah.
curious.
Yeah.
But
From Xbox,
Shoot.
I think that's basically it because I think they would probably want to hold some of their bigger cards for their show kind of thing.
Yeah. So next up is
this show
actually
is gonna be big.
is the Xbox Showcase,
Yeah.
and that's on the 11th, right?
Mhm.
And we've, like I said, they've already had so much drop this year. So many games already hit Xbox this year. I mean, 5 first-party games come out to Xbox this year. So you know they don't really got to do anything, really. I'm just kidding. No, they gotta come out swinging. I think finally, you know, last year was a letdown a little bit. I still like the show a lot, but like they handicapped themselves to 12 months, and Phil is not going to do that again. You know, if you could take anything from that interview, he was like, "F the 12-month thing."
I did see a thing today where 74% of those games have hit.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I feel like they aren't going to go that route. So Phil, you know, said yes to some of the games on Paris's list that we'll get updates on those. He said there'll be some surprises and stuff like that too. So I think this year Xbox is going to have more of a 2021 style show, maybe even bigger than the 2022 style show. The question is, which games do we see? And I'm going to say Perfect Dark, Fable, Avowed. Come on. Yeah, Perfect. I see you shaking your head. Perfect
You're
Dark.
not getting Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark, Fable, Avowed, and Forza Motorsport.
Mhm.
And then
Hellblade.
Hellblade 2 to end it, probably. And then maybe third third-party games. Like we talked about Armored Core, like possibly being at the Keeleys. That could also be here as well. Then you have.
I mean, whatever shows up at the Qs, you're gonna have a sizzle reel for it here at this stage.
MK12 is going to show up at the Xbox showcase. That would be big. That would be a big deal. And the reason I think so is because Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8 both have Sony marketing rights. So I feel like they would have dropped the bag to WB, because they have a good relationship for MK12 marketing rights.
Yeah, there's something going on with them and WB, I think.
Yeah. If not, it's going to be at the Keeleys. It's going to be at one of the two, because WB is not having their own show. So
no,
it's going to be at one of the two shows. I bet, because they said in their financials earlier this year that MK12 is going to be announced this year, or coming out this year, even. So it means it's got to be announced this year at some point. So I think I'm gonna say it's going to be at the Xbox show. I think they're going to do that. That'd be huge.
You think he follows it up with a KI in the works?
Yeah, that kind of like Killer Instinct. If that's in the works, you don't want to be advertising necessarily Mortal Kombat.
Did it again.
I figured you did. We got a $10 super chat from Rob the Don. Appreciate you, Rob. It says, between second half this year and first half next year, you have PS5, SM2. What is SM2? Oh, Spider-Man 2, S-Blade, Silent Hill 2, Final Fantasy 7 Part 2, and maybe Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake, Xbox Avowed, Starfield, Hellblade 2, Motorsport, maybe something else. Who's your winner? That's a good question. I personally, out of those games, you also got to include, I didn't see Final Fantasy 16 in your list. So from your list, I would say Xbox, because I would rather play Motorsport, Hellblade 2, Starfield, and Avowed. Whereas in the PlayStation list, there's some that I don't care about. I don't really care about Silent Hill 2. Stellar Blade is a wild card game for me. It looks pretty cool, but I don't know if it's going to be good or not, you know. But everything on that Xbox list looks awesome, and I'm really excited.
Yeah, in terms of like, I'm really looking forward to it. In terms of your list too, Rabadon, is that how you say it? Rob Dadon. I really like Spider-Man. I'm probably
so
like
overrated.
the one person on this panel that probably really likes Spider-Man.
I liked it. It's just
I played the heck out of the Miles Morales. So to the PlayStation side, yes. Silent Hill, I played like the one of them on PlayStation 2 or something. It's like it could be cool for me. I'm done with the Final Fantasy franchise. Like I've explained why in the past. Like it's not for me anymore. But in terms of Hellblade 2, I'm in. Starfield, like I always wanted like a Skyrim in space, and it's gonna be awesome. Like that. That's pretty much a game I wanted to play for quite some time. Had a little bit of it in No Man's Sky, a little bit in Star Citizen, like just that space epic.
Yeah, the only two I really care about on that list is Avowed and Starfield, to be honest.
Yeah, Avowed, I'm actually looking forward to as well. So, more so on the Xbox side of things, like that RPG. That's just the genres I play more. But I am really looking forward to Spider-Man 2. I do want Sony to sort of venture out, because I feel like they do take a game that's already completed and then just like add some stuff. Like Spider-Man, you can't go across the bridge like into Brooklyn and whatever. I would love to do that. Like that's pretty much where the map ends. I would love for them to
next DLC.
They better not freaking. If you're gonna make like a 2, like now you have no excuse, right? This is Spider-Man 2. This is not like a spin-off title. This is 2. So I should see some big changes.
Maybe he could take a field trip to DC.
Like Homecoming style. Hey, I mean,
this
that'll be different.
Next gen only. Spider-Man 2 is going to be next gen only, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they better expand that map then.
Yeah, like it here's the thing, Spider-Man 356, it's fine if it's the same city. It's New York, right? You can't really change New York. Spider-Man's going to swing in New York.
Spider-Man
That's what
has
he does.
gone to London very famously.
He can go to the
He has
future.
he has gone to other places, but you still can't explore all of New York. Brooklyn is completely blocked off.
Yeah, we need to get in the
Um,
sewers and chase
so-
down Lizard.
I can't. But if you're doing a Spider-Man 2, if you're doing a sequel, expand it, make it bigger, make it better. I want to see multiplayer. And I don't want to see Spider-Man go to London. No way.
I want to
Oh,
go to
yeah.
London so that way I can like be Spider-Man and wait outside the CMA offices and just like shoot webs at them and fuck with them all the time. Yeah.
Maybe he can go to Tokyo.
Tokyo.
would
Oh,
be
that would
cool.
be sick.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a good idea.
But like, I want like a Spider-Verse game based on like the Spider-Verse movies, like that style and everything, man. Like that would be amazing.
Are you going to be Spider Porky the Pig or?
I don't know. I maybe
Spider-Pig.
maybe I'll
Hey,
Spider
give me
Pig.
that
out
out.
between them.
That's what I want for some Sony games. Like, I feel like they take a formula and they just run with it. I mean, there was something that came out recently where they're saying like a lot of people who invest in their ecosystem don't really buy a lot of their first party titles. They mostly buy the third party, which makes sense, right? I mean, most people play on like what Mav is playing. He said his most played game is like MLB The Show. A lot of people play like NBA 2K or Minecraft, like these third party games. So while that sucks, I feel like Sony is looking at things like that, and they're not really trying to make big risk as much as they used to. They are investing in franchises that's already sort of established. Because while people want these new things,
You also
believe
don't
it
have
or
to
not,
spend as much money starting up a game.
yeah, like while I want new franchises, I want them to invest in new IP. At the same time, people really vouch for nostalgia, and they want like that's the reason why people go and see the same old IP over and over. And with Sony, they're not going to take as much risk as much as I would really love them to go back and do like a Jack and Daxter. They are going to play it safe for a little bit. Now they are doing the 20 service games. Hope that goes well for them. That's different for Sony for sure. But
So back to
I remember.
Xbox's showcase.
Yeah, back to Xbox showcase. I can no longer really go much into it because it turns out I might be actually working on this show. This was brand new news to me.
Jesus.
Are
Are you gonna have to take
I
another
know.
month leave again, like before?
No, I don't know yet.
What
I
the
might
fuck
be
you mean?
working on this
They don't
show.
have this shit already planned out? It's a month out and they don't have it.
They are not done with the show. I might be working on this show, so I might. If you guys don't remember what happened last time, was with the last show, I pretty much had to go AWOL from these shows, these podcasts. I don't want to do that again. But dang,
Just
that
don't-
would be
You know,
really
you
cool,
could
wouldn't it?
just join the shows, but not say what you know.
No, he's like actually had.
They
to, like-
were-
yeah, no, he like.
They were
He
really
wasn't allowed
strict
to.
on me. Yeah,
So-
and they were like looking at my socials and everything. They were like,
Yeah, just don't tell them.
like the people at Fable, they knew they were watching Fun Speculation. They're like, what's he gonna say? You know, they were definitely watching me. So I don't know. It's not confirmed yet. I could say next week, like, hey, it didn't work out, you know, but I have it's possible.
Just
is
okay,
possible.
here's what you do. You ghost Twitter for a month. Just don't retweet anything or do anything, and you just stop all communication with your coworkers. Just only work stuff, no personal communications with them.
Just be like, yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening.
Yeah.
Either way, that team over there is gonna kill it. I think. Well, since I don't know yet, I will say I'm excited to see games like Hellblade 2 or State of Decay. I want to know some updates on games coming out of Compulsion, like what the heck they're working on. What else? What the heck is Coalition doing? I want to know.
Gear 6.
There's just a lot of, yeah, I want to see that. I want to see everything. Like some people they want to see games that are coming out like a year from now. I'm not that person. I'm different. I like to see what's in development. I want to see that CGI. I'm the person that likes to see that CGI trailer. Like, oh, cool. But that's just me. But I am confirming it here that I might have to go AWOL.
Okay, that's fine.
We'll see.
Just
we'll see.
if you do, just make sure it's a good show. Okay, like just
Okay.
yeah. I know you
I'll make
you
sure
don't
it's a
have.
good show.
You know, you'd probably get assigned a little task or whatever, and you have to work on that. But like, give little
That
hints.
team's
and,
gonna kill it.
Give little hints and subtle suggestions. Like, shouldn't this game be here? Shouldn't we show that? Like,
Yeah.
Would it be badass if like you had Ubisoft come on the show and show Splinter Cell, or like stuff like that? That'd be great.
Yeah.
But okay, so do we think that Ubisoft will show up with anything, being that they have their own show?
I don't think so.
No,
but
Ubisoft's just quiet.
I think we'll probably see like what is it? Jet Set Radio 3 that was that those stills were kind of going around. I think we'll see that. I don't think Ubisoft will shoot themselves unless they show something that is like X Defiant, maybe Heartland, the new Division 2 stuff, maybe something like along those lines. Possibly we'll see it because we already been seeing stuff. New announcement, no.
Yeah, at the Xbox show. I mean, though, like,
yeah, they won't. They'll save that for their own show for new announcements. Existing will possibly we could get.
Splinter Cell's already been announced in a very unexciting way on a blog post.
Yeah, yeah. I want it to show up at the Xbox event, but I
don't even think Ubisoft's showing that off, to be honest. I think it's still too early.
You think everything's early, Jasper? Jesus Christ!
We had a blog post saying they started development of a game. That's like,
I know.
Yeah.
But hey, they said Atomic Heart, Vertical Slice, the game was in fucking trouble, and then you played it and it wasn't at all. It wasn't
only idiots said that, and that was a month before release.
Well, that was journalists. That was fucking journalists.
Atomic Heart had such a weird like development pipeline. Like apparently, the game was fake for a long time. They
put up pre-orders like before anything was like
before the game was even a thing.
So it's like an abandoned situation that actually came to fruition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Opposite, but looking forward to the showcase.
I think Ubisoft, they give us X Defiant release dates, which would probably be close to a shadow drop, like maybe a month out. We'll get Skull and Bones update and
I mean at the Xbox show though. I still want to stay on the Xbox show. Like,
well, I don't think you're getting anything from Ubisoft at Xbox, but
what are we getting from Xbox, Jasper? Because you're Mr. 12 months.
You're getting I already laid it out. They opened with Fable gameplay. Then we have some like smaller stuff in between with like sizzle reels of indie games and all that bullshit. We get a small trailer of Hellblade 2 with the announcement of its more reveals detailed at its direct in August. Then they end it close with Avowed, and they're like big gameplay of Avowed or whatever coming out like late next year, like sometime soon there. And then they're like, oh, but hold up, one more thing, and then they give you a Gears either collection teaser or Gears 6 teaser.
I want to know from each one of you, like, the one game you want to see most, either revealed or shown substantially at the Xbox showcase. I'm putting this into the fact that, well, we know we're getting that, Fuzzy. Come on. Okay, besides that one.
Compulsion's game.
Something we don't know
Project
about.
Nightmare.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to see Project Nightmare, either in-engine gameplay, vertical slice, or actual gameplay if possible.
Yeah.
CGI, if it's far out, CGI is fine, but if it's within the next couple of years, give us a good vertical slice or in-engine stuff, and I'll be happy.
What about you, Psycho?
I want to see
One thing.
No, it can't be one thing. God damn it! It's gonna be everything. It's gonna be fuck one. Why one thing?
Okay, give me
Okay.
The thing you want
All
to see
right.
the most.
Yeah, I'm saying the most.
Well, that's the thing. I want to see. Okay, this is what I want to see. I want to see Avowed. I want to see whatever In Exile's been working on, and I want to. Was that Project Dragon? Is it Project Dragon?
Yeah,
the IO Interactive
game.
Yeah. That's what I really want to see, because we don't really know much. I mean, outside of Avowed, we got a trailer, but the other two games we know jack shit. I want to know more. I want gameplay from Avowed, and I want a trailer from those two games.
Okay, fair enough. 3-bit, one thing, like what's going to be like, what would knock your socks off at the Xbox show?
Honestly, Hellblade, but I'm gonna say Halo Battle Royale.
Okay,
I want to see that.
Well, I mean, hold on.
I was gonna say that, but I was like, don't give me Halo Battle Royale, just give me a new fucking Halo.
that's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while for new.
But I was like, that's not gonna happen. I was thinking that too. I'm like, but realistically, that's probably closer to being done.
Yeah.
So,
but 3-bit can't really answer it truthfully, because he might already know what's there, so he's just gonna throw us off.
not yet. I don't.
Yeah.
Not yet. Not yet.
All right, so
But it might be.
I was thinking Age of Mythology, but I know that's going to be saved till Gamescom or later.
yeah,
And-
probably so.
I can't wait for that game.
Maybe,
I
maybe
really
they'll
thought that
have-
would be in Game Pass.
They're not going to show Age here. They never really show Age at
well,
E3.
what if they do like at the Dev Direct later this year? If they have another one around Gamescom, they have Age 4 there, right? And then they also talk about mythology a little bit.
If they talk about Mythology, it's going to be for like 1 minute, because Mythology is not coming out until probably, I wouldn't even say maybe next year at the earliest, but still it'll be
2025,
October.
probably.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe they announce it's going into PC Game Pass finally.
If they do PC first, it could come out next year, and then Xbox would come out 2025. But if they want to stick together and keep everything together, it's not coming out till 2025.
right. All right. So
What about you?
knocking my socks off, the thing that would make me go absolutely apeshit is if they announced a Halo Wars 3.
Yeah.
A chance in hell it's gonna happen is like slim to none. I mean, like I this is like betting. This is like a hope and a prayer, a wish, right?
That's why I said a new Halo game.
Halo Wars 3. Now, realistically, like my next game I want to see the most of is Perfect Dark. Like I'm really excited to see what that is.
Yeah.
But I also like right behind it. There's Fable. There's Avowed, State of Decay 3. You know, the give me that I'm really excited to see that I know I'm gonna love is Forza Motorsport. You know, but there's so many games there that they could have that are gonna be extremely exciting for me. But the most exciting thing is always the thing you don't expect, right? Like at these shows, if you don't expect to see it coming, and it's like something huge and exciting that you never thought you were gonna get, that's like the most amazing moment you can get at one of these shows. That's why I'm saying Halo Wars 3.
That's like third party stuff. That's what surprised me at the Xbox stage the most, is the third party like deals they get. I don't know. Like the first party stuff they come out with doesn't really surprise me too much. Like because we know a lot of it.
But when it's a new game announcement of something you didn't think you were gonna get, though, you know what I mean? That's what does it for me. You know, like
Black Myth Wukong.
Black Myth
Exclusive to
Wukong shows up
Xbox.
there. That would be crazy.
Yeah.
I would love to see them get one of Respawn's games, like just some EA property or something. I don't know.
Now, 3-bit, I don't know if you can answer this question, okay? But I'm just going to answer it in a way that you might possibly be able to answer it.
Yeah.
Do you feel like Fable could be in a place ready to show at a showcase like this?
I can't answer that.
Damn it. Okay. I tried to be I tried to step around it a little bit. Okay. All right. I tried.
Could we possibly see it?
No, he can't. So that's even more direct. That's like, I tried to be like, is it I tried to be like, so like, give like so many outs or possibilities.
Do you think?
Could we see it?
Here, I got it. Do you think Fable is in a good state where it's at when you last saw it?
Yeah.
You think Matt Booty will put his foot down this year?
I don't know what Matt Booty's gonna do. When I
That's a no.
saw it,
That's a no. That is a big fat no.
I don't know what Matt Booty is.
I don't think
know
Matt
what-
Booty has any weight in his foot to put it down enough on anybody. Like, I'm just being like, he's just like, okay, cool guys, all right, sounds good. Hey, bye.
He'll put the booty down on you though.
Hey, you know, going over, okay, you're not ready to show it yet. Okay, all right, no, I'll just go find something else. No problem, guys. Have a
Yeah.
good one. You know,
Like during all that craziness with like the engine and Fables and Trouble, I was like working on Fable and it was just like, what? Like, are we in trouble, guys? Is this what are these articles? Like,
This is
am
news to
I in
us.
trouble? Like this me? You know, so I don't know. There's a lot of rumors out there, but
especially with
Fable-
all that Eidos Montreal help that they're getting now, guys. I mean, it's just like insane. So, all right, so let's see. We'll see if we see Fable Tech for the first time at the showcase. Moving on. Ubisoft Forward. Ubisoft Forward. Something else 3-bit may or not be able to talk about. Damn it. So I feel like Ubisoft is
maybe
in
not.
desperate need of a good show. Like
Well, Ubisoft shows always suck.
they do. I don't know what, like they're horrible. Like
I
why
think their
are
best
they
show
so
was
bad?
when the original Watch Dogs came out because of Watch Dogs.
Even that show you worked on 3-bit was just complete ass.
Well, because they always ruin it with some fucking. Even
It was.
they always come out with some
was
Just
pretty
Dance bullshit, and you have to see like people in fucking like pink
Hey, but
elephant
that
suits dancing on stage.
Them logos though, they were on
The
point. there.
logos were great, but the fucking idiots standing up there talking to us about the games were just like, hey, let's show me for like fucking 45 minutes talking about this stuff. And you see a minute of some dumbass games that nobody cares
Hey, I
about.
only did the logos. So you guys like those shiny logos on Ubisoft Forward last year? There we go. Okay, that was a really bad show, though. I'm not gonna lie. But
Do you ever,
It's
when
Ubisoft.
you're
That's
working on
funny.
something, do you ever be like, man, this is not going to go over well? But you know what? Hey, I'm getting paid for it, so who the fuck cares?
It depends. Like sometimes you could disassociate yourself from work, even if it's for a big brand. Like as you're working on something, here's where you know it's gonna fail. If you're giving feedback, you're like, hey, I think it should be like this way because based on the brand identity of whatever we're working on, and then they're just like,
No.
and they just don't take feedback at all. That's when you sort of can see the signs. You're like, okay, well, I'm just, and you disassociate yourself. Like, I'm just gonna make this thing, just to sort of make it, and you have no attachment to it whatsoever. I had a lot of that at UB, but there was some cool stuff I did at UB, which I'm really proud of. But I don't think you could ever truly know. Like the Dev Direct, that was a case where the team was working really well together. I'm like, oh, this is going to turn out really great. And it did. So I don't know.
I think Ubisoft shows always suck because there's too many people talking. They never show just straight games. They always have to talk for 25 minutes before they show the next game.
That's the worst thing.
Yes, so many people. I feel like there's a lot of voices at UB. They're constantly communicating.
They have to run out a giant warehouse and
But
make 15
it's
sets
just-
to have all the people talk.
It's about how they present the
Yeah.
things. They focus so much on having this professional presenter, right? And like these trendy presenters on camera talking. Like, and it's all scripted and completely utter cringy and dumb and annoying, and they're in this weird set that nobody cares. Like, what's going on? You know, it's just like show the games, and then they barely show any games, and when they do show the games, they're like weird ones that the core gamers that would ever actually care to watch one of those shows don't care about it. They don't show the stuff that like the people that don't watch the shows care about. They show like the Just Dance. You think there's like 8-year-olds watching, oh, let's watch the Ubisoft Forward. Yay, they're going to show Just Dance 3 stuff again, or Just Dance 29 million, whatever. I mean, no, that's not what's going on. Like, we want to see Splinter Cell. We want to see Assassin's Creed. We want to see like these big games. The gamers that actually tune in and care about those things are watching for that stuff, not Guitar Smith. I mean, just like, come on, like Ubisoft, realize who you're creating the show for, right? That's a huge problem they have with presenting these.
In between games, here's Jacques. He's the biggest fan of Assassin's Creed. He dressed up like Ezio one time.
Thing, like they had like 15-minute breakdown of this Assassin's Creed super fan that now is working for Ubisoft because like I was just like, come on, like let's just see the games. The best thing they did was the Assassin's Creed section before the last thing they did, where they had a bunch, because they showed like 5 Assassin's Creed games in a row, right? It was like, cool, yeah, that's awesome.
You remember the Division when they were like having the people talk, like it was super scripted, and the first I think it was the first Division trailer. I thought at first it was the voice actors in the game, but then I realized like over time
the thing is like
oh,
Ubisoft could have such a banger show. Like they have so many cool games that they're working on, but it's Ubisoft and they never show them. Like they could show, like they could come out and show Avatar, Splinter Cell. They could Shadow Drop X Defiant. They could show Skull and Bones, give us an update on that. They could show whatever Ghost Recon they're working on. They could show all this stuff, but we're going to get none of that. We'll get like an update on Assassin's Creed Mobile and be like, sweet, thanks.
Yeah.
They'll have 45 minutes on that.
Festival.
Yeah. That's supposed to be coming out this year too. So,
yeah. Actually, I think I'm ready for Assassin's Creed game. It's been a while since I played it.
Oh, Mirage is supposed to be coming out this year. Was it August?
Yeah. I'm excited that it's like supposed to be a smaller experience, right? I'm expecting we'll see that. We'll probably see Avatar, right? And maybe Skull and Bones, maybe. Like, or they might just officially cancel it. I don't know.
I'm hoping that Ubisoft is still around by the time the show comes around.
They just bought a new studio. Is that public? Yeah, I think it's public. Yeah. they just bought a new studio. And
we need another support studio.
Yeah, some other support studio. I'll find it.
Well, someone's got to support their support studios.
And then whoever they bought, they are now part of Ubisoft. So
yeah, I just want them to release some good games. Yeah,
I just want them releasing games.
Yeah,
yeah,
Ubisoft games, not the shit that they're working on lately. You know,
I mean, we all have that. I feel like Ubisoft, they stopped investing in stealth games and went more the route of like what's popular right now. I mean, we've seen that with their Battle Royale. We've seen the way they took the Ghost Recon franchise. I'm hoping they go back to their origins of making tactical games. Like why people really loved Ubisoft was like taking for their tactical games like Rainbow Six, original Rainbow Six, and Ghost Recon. They were based on like spy novels and like how do you break in this really well guarded building, and there's multiple ways to do that, and that's why people really love Ubisoft games. And then with Assassin's Creed, it was intertwined with history, and it was really interesting to see where the assassins, the Templars, they used to have battles and wars, and it was like a main character that you actually cared about. Desmond.
Well, I hate to tell you about the assassins and Templars. That's not like that's super historical. After they didn't have big assassins battles in Templars.
What? What do you mean?
But there was an order of assassins, so that's true. But there was no like big war between like.
I know there wasn't. I know. I probably shouldn't have used historical, and then right after I said historical, assassins and Templars. But you guys know what I mean.
Yeah.
All right, so I got a question for 3-Bit. Do you feel like if you were to be rebooting a beloved fantasy RPG franchise 3 years after the announcement would be a good time to show it?
You're rebooting. Oh, I was like, you're funny.
Would that be a
next
good?
question.
Okay, damn it! I tried to. I cast it in a completely
You
different.
almost got me.
I
I was
did
like,
almost get you. Fuck.
You really did almost get me. That was really close.
All right, so we'll move on to. Is there any other shows?
I mean,
Is that it?
There's
those are the main ones that
Scrubs,
matter,
Link.
Is Nintendo having a show?
Yeah, probably,
No.
but who cares?
There's a Starfield Direct. That's going to be like a 30-minute thing about Starfield, so not really much to talk about there. Besides that, we're gonna have another day show thing that Xbox has done in the past, like 3 days after the showcase, or 3 days or something. It's on the 13th, I think, this year. Is that right?
Something like that. Yeah.
And they're gonna talk about something. They're gonna give more updates to more of the games, so that'll be a thing. We are gonna cover all these shows here in Fun Speculation. We'll be co-streaming. 3-Bit, even if he does have to leave us for a while, should be able to join us at that time, because his silence will be over.
Yeah, I might not work on the show. We'll see.
Not anymore after what I just did to you.
I have a
No.
Switch right there.
It's
Poison.
just
Huge Nintendo fans. Been on
it's
that
where I
shelf
am
for about
career.
5 months.
Look, you guys, look at Jasper's.
He has a great Nintendo decoration.
The Phil.
That's
That's Phil's desk.
It's an expensive decoration. Jasper.
Yeah, it's a graphics card on the wall and a Switch, and then an Xbox Scorpio controller that's signed.
Confirmed.
This is Spencer show.
Who signed it?
Phil Spencer.
I have Ray. He's a Twitch streamer. He used to work at Achievement Hunter, and then all of Neebs Gaming. So I don't know, a couple people I met at a convention,
Cool.
YouTubers.
Right on.
All games the Xbox will release is going to be released at 15 frames per second.
Is that what's going to happen? 15
Yeah.
frames? Okay, fair enough.
To give homage to the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Nintendo's show.
Gotta pay homage.
They're going to have something, right?
Did you not literally just?
Oh, what are we talking about? I'm sorry.
We were literally talking about
said-
Nintendo.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's yeah. Breath of the Wild, I guess, or was that going to be out by then?
That's gonna be out
It should
this
definitely
week.
be
This
out.
week. Yeah.
Yeah.
oh,
We're about to talk about it.
I don't know what Nintendo's gonna. Here's the thing. I know if you guys look to the left of me, and then a little bit
It
more
says
towards
3-bit.
Jasper. Yeah, but more next to Jasper.
That's me?
There's a little switch icon, right?
What?
It's a witch icon.
On the layout. I'm looking at the layout right now. It's FSP at the top, and right next to Jasper is an Xbox logo.
Oh,
on
on
the
the
Switch
oh,
icon.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because of where Nintendo has been going lately, I could care less about what the Switch is doing. Like they need to like really
What if we
grab
get
me
Switch
in
2
by new
announcement?
console. Then that will grab me. Then that's what it'll literally take. Like Switch has been off my radar for so long. Like people are so excited about like Zelda. And I'm just like,
Although they did confirm they're
I don't
going to
know.
Gamescom, so like, why would they confirm that and not confirm they're going to E3?
It's interesting.
Because they're not
but-
going to do anything for E3.
yeah,
Maybe
They're going to
they'll
release
do a new,
Tears of the Kingdom.
console.
And then per Jeff Grubb, he's saying Nintendo Live is in September. So that's the Switch 2 announcement, or my prediction is no Switch 2. It's Nintendo VR.
God, I
Like
hope not.
an
Virtual
Oculus
Boy
Quest.
2.
Yeah, like Oculus
If they do a
Quest
Switch
2
2, that'll
level.
get me.
Yeah.
I hope not,
Yeah.
man.
They're too. They would be too dumb to go away from the Switch.
It's too
'cause
small
It makes
of it. VR has too small of an audience for them.
Switch makes too much sense. It's portable and they can also dock and stuff. It's so smart of them to keep going that route.
Yeah. I feel like we're gonna have I guess it's August, right? For Gamescom. I think we'll get the
Mhm.
Switch 2 announcement. And then I think that it'll come out in March. So I think they'll have like a 6-7 month leeway thing there. So that would make sense. And at that point, they probably gonna announce a game or two with the new Switch as well, I would think. And run that
Metroid
time.
4.
Duty.
Yeah. I just hope they announce
Yeah.
back compat for the Switch games and some kind of enhancements or something.
Oh, that will suck if you get the
Do
Switch
you
2
even
and they're like,
Own the Switch games though?
Yeah, I have a digital library. I have a lot of games.
But the thing with Nintendo is a lot of times it's like super annoying to transfer those over, isn't it?
Not from a Switch to a Switch. I know because I've bought and sold several Switches. You can just go and re-download software. It's very easy.
Well, we'll see if they keep that easy when they make a new platform.
They did from the Wii to the
I'm
Wii U.
skeptical. Like, I'm even skeptical that PlayStation 6 will transfer PS5 games, and then like Nintendo, I don't know. I hope so. If they call it a Switch 2, then I would hope so.
Well,
That
Well, they're not going to call it Switch 2. Nintendo's too stupid. They'll be like, Switch U Plus. Be like, what the fuck does that mean?
in the future, honestly, probably the cloud will be how we have to access our back compat stuff, like way off in the future. Because like if architecture does change enough, like if the cloud gets good enough too, I don't even know if it'll really matter. Like because that's what PlayStation's solution is now for older things, right? So for the PS3, which they can't emulate. So, but cloud is not great right now, especially for PlayStation, and it's better for Xbox. Like you can have a good time on it. But 20 years from now, I think we'll have our huge library of all these things we bought.
Isn't
And
that how all of Nintendo's like SNES and NES games work on their service? Like it's just you just stream it, right?
Some of them they made available, like they did like a SNES collection thing, and then
Yeah, but isn't that all just stream stuff? Like you don't download that, do you?
I can't remember what I did.
Yeah, I
actually
can't
played
remember.
that a while ago. If anyone in chat knows, because I do remember they had the collection, like the SNES collection. I do remember playing some of it, but I can't remember if it was through the cloud that I played or if it was just like through my service.
Yeah.
As I know, like
Because I know
Switch
you
had
you
the-
could only play that if you had the service. You can only play the SNES like collection and stuff like
yeah.
that.
Jagger Blaze
Hmm.
Alex says it'll be called the Super Switch. I like that.
Oh, okay.
Super Switch is
People are
kinda
saying it's
cool.
download, so I guess.
Super Switch Entertainment System. I like that. If they went back that route, the Super Switch, that would be sick. It would take it back to the, NES versus like Super NES. That would be great branding.
Yeah,
Love
I
it.
actually like that. It's cool. It's like a classic, like a callback.
Yeah. Hope so.
I
Or
don't use
GameCube too.
online stuff on the Switch, so I don't know how that works.
They
I
do a
just
GameCube too. That'll bring some stuff back.
It won't be called the Switch U. That's for sure.
Yeah, they learned from that.
No, it's 2020. It would be 2024 at that point. You call it Switch U. People switch all the time.
All right. That's enough of these showcases. We do have another segment here, everybody. This is Tidbits, the segment where we look ahead at the games coming out this week in gaming on all platforms. We do this each week here on FSP, and this week there's some pretty decent games here launching. So we'll get into those and take a look at it. First up, what happened to my game? Here we go. Let me fix my window.
I added one as few
I
down
saw
from your
yeah,
gifts
I saw
earlier.
that.
Yeah. For Thursday.
There's also a Game Pass game. It just looks like complete dog shit, so I left it off the list.
Okay. First up is Darkest Dungeon 2. This was a very popular PC game, wasn't it? Darkest Dungeon?
It was on the first one came to Xbox.
Yeah,
think,
I know it
and
came to
Switch.
everything, but
yeah.
I remember it launched first on PC.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
Man, the Oregon Trail really evolved.
This is May 8th for $39.99. This is pretty substantial
like-
release, probably.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
if you're an
the
indie gamer, it
logo,
probably
or I
it's
like
a
the
big
font.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good font.
I've never played Darkest Dungeon. And I should play it because it's kind of up my alley. Is it a roguelite or more of like a turn-based RPG? I was always kind of confused about the genre because it kind of looks
Tom
weird.
from Toonami said it's on Game Pass right now.
The first one. This
First.
is the second one.
He said both of them are.
The second one's only on PC though, right? Unless if it's
I
right?
guess it's just coming to PC then. Let me just double check.
Yeah, this is only listed for PC on this list, but like I don't know for sure. This next game, while you're looking that up, is Ease 9. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Monstrum Nox on PS5 for $50. This is a classic JRPG series. I have played a little bit of this franchise, not too much.
Oh, not this font.
Yeah, I don't think the second one of that game's out.
This
I think I
trailer is
missed
terrible.
one.
Oh, you think you missed the upcoming game or whatever?
Yeah,
it's not
it
bad,
was just
actually.
announced
I take it
today for
Oh,
Xbox Series consoles and PS5.
Ooh,
yeah,
is this
Weird
3-player?
West.
Yeah.
What's this on? It looks like Switch.
This is PS5.
What?
Yeah, none of the Ease games have ever looked like that great.
But
So-
dang. Them textures need some help. Dang, you're right. PS5. Wow, I thought that was a Switch game.
No.
Dang.
Well, I mean,
that needs-
PS5's only 720.
Oh god. It looked kind of fun. It was just like, dang, I just thought that was a Switch game.
No. Only add. Okay. We also got
Look,
Lord of
I
the
literally was
Rings.
talking about font, and it just pulled up Adobe Illustrator. That's funny.
Lord of the Rings Heroes of Middle Earth. This is a mobile game coming out on the 10th.
Mobile game has
It
better
looks like
textures.
it's probably going to be free to play with in-app purchases.
Yeah. It's okay.
Cool. Check it out.
Yeah.
Is it out right now?
It comes out Wednesday. You can
Okay.
pre-register on your phone today.
Yeah, it's like Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. It's the same EA team that's making it. So if you played that mobile game, it's the same thing, just Lord of the Rings.
Right.
Oh, Calarie said it's a port of a Switch game. Okay, that's why I was like, there's no way that game looked.
This
Okay,
next one,
makes a lot more sense.
I've never heard of this game.
Oh, the Death or Treat.
Yeah, it's Death or Treat on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Coming out on Thursday. Looks like a little indie thing.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love
I'm
it.
assuming it's probably going to be $29.99 or less, but it's one of those pre-register or add to wish list with no pricing as of
I
yet.
know like no one's gonna get this reference, but it kind of looks like this comic called Bones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read Bones. I actually I had the huge graphic
Yeah, I had
novel.
like
We had the
like
huge
6 of
bone.
them or something.
It was like huge.
This looks like is a Metroidvania style game.
Never
Mhm.
mind,
Kinda.
I gotta buy that whole thing.
Yeah.
It looks like a Casper Metroidvania game.
I love the art style. This is how you do it. This is how you do a trailer, y'all.
What's good, biggest? Hey, Superman, Amit Kumar, OCD Gamer, Calarie, said Superman already. A fan, WhySoSerious, Poison Maniac. How y'all doing?
This one I'm probably gonna pick up on my Steam Deck.
Nice. Yeah, this is a good Steam Deck game.
This
I like how it
I
said-
think he's talking about this next game.
What? Oh, was he?
Maybe.
No,
What-
for me,
no.
I was talking about Death or Treat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I thought you might be talking
Legend
about
of
this one.
Zelda.
Because
I
there'll
know
be
that there's
some
a handful
people.
of people already playing it on their Steam Deck, but I'm not trying to have Nintendo lawyers at my door.
Yeah. This next game is Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Just a little game coming out this week for $70.
Let's
First
play some
$70
TFT.
Switch game.
$70 Switch game.
This is
Already
released.
$70.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot Nintendo was doing that. That's insane.
Or at least first party $70 game from Nintendo.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
may have been some other thing.
Well, Nintendo did publish that Skyrim Anniversary on the Switch.
Yeah,
And
but
it
that
was-
wasn't 70, was it?
I think so.
That was for the deluxe edition.
Or
though,
was
right?
it I don't know. Maybe it was 60. I'm not sure.
I think when everybody else was paying 50.
Oh,
didn't
I
have the
remember it was
previous version,
$10
was
more.
60 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not putting any music from this on here because, as
Yeah,
Fuzzy
definitely
says,
not.
subliminal
I mean,
messages. Some guy
The-
called you an idiot on the comments last week, Fuzzy, for your. He said if you don't don't even joke about things like that because you just sound stupid.
Okay.
I laugh that people care so much about stuff like that. You're not allowed to talk about stuff like that because it just makes you look like an idiot.
Yes, Nintendo's like Pink Floyd. They just make devil music if you play it in reverse or whatever, right?
Their logo title could use some work, but it was okay.
This is Zelda DLC. I'm kidding.
You're gonna
I'm
get
actually looks
Nintendo
pretty
fans in your comments.
yeah. You have just watched probably the Game of the Year's trailer right there.
Yeah.
Probably. I actually don't know what will be Game of the Year this year because there's a lot of good contenders.
Yeah, this will be Game of the
Um,
Year. This
This will be nominated for sure.
Yeah.
If Silk Song lands this year, that's probably also going to be nominated.
You got
Hogwarts,
Starfield
Star
potentially. You
Wars.
got Hogwarts, Star Wars.
Hogwarts ain't
and-
getting nominated.
There's an ad for Diablo
Mm.
playing right now, and I can't
Yeah,
skip it, and I'm not mad about it. Either.
What's weird is Diablo, they made a trailer for their beta that was like 2 months ago or whatever. They just put out a trailer today saying, like, look how good we got reviews on our beta. It's like, what the fuck? Who makes a trailer saying good job from the beta like 2 months ago?
And hey, you put in their heads, Jasper, that this game is like a 10, and then they worked. It's marketing.
TT Isle of Man, Right on the Edge 3. For $50, coming out on everything. What does the TT
Even the
stand for?
Switch.
Anybody know what the
What
TT
is
stands
this?
for?
Something.
Why does they
I-
look so
I
slow? Oh, there you go. Some speed.
This is a horribly edited trailer.
Yeah, this is.
All their trailers were ass. I looked through
Yes.
like 5 trailers and literally all of them were ass.
I'm glad we're critiquing trailers now.
Well, we're seeing so many of them every week now. It's like we're starting to really like appreciate a good trailer.
Mhm.
I wish I could have the music playing, but like I just
It was either
copyrights out the
this
ass.
or the other trailer was you just see like through the windshield of a bike for 3 minutes, or there was one that showed no gameplay at all, and it was
Okay.
just a guy walking.
It got better, but like okay, see, what does TT stand for? What is TT? What's TT? Did anybody know what TT stands for? Chat.
I'm not sure. I'm assuming it's some sort of time
tourist
trial
trophy.
thing. Oh, tourist trophy.
Tourist
Okay.
trophy. I remember the name Tourist Trophy. Yeah, that was an old motorcycle game. Tourist Trophy. Thanks.
Yeah, and this is the third one.
No, this is Isle of Man Right on the Edge 3, or is it Tourist Trophy 3? Isle of Man Right on the Edge.
Is TT
Is
Isle
this
of
his?
Man?
So this is his
Right
third
on.
edging.
Third Edge, TT Edge for the third time.
This is the third Isle of Man game, basically.
Okay, so is it like an open world motorcycle game? Is that what it's called? Isle of Man?
No, it's based
It
on
looks pretty
an
open,
actual
the
time
map.
trial race, but it's to me it's one of the hardest or one of the harder controlled motorcycle games where you gotta really feather the throttle so you don't constantly do wheelies or
Right.
you know, pretty much spin out or lay the bike down coming out of the turns.
Charlie Hustle is the TT expert in the chat. He's saying this one is open world
Okay.
as well. They say this one is much more accessible. So you can access this TT way easier than the previous TTs. Which is good to hear. And you don't have to half throttle the TT. Maybe you can full throttle.
TTs.
Maybe you can full throttle the TT now. So yeah, that's the game. And yeah, I'm not gonna buy it. But it seems like some people might be excited for it, so that's awesome. Tourist Trophy.
Well, we got one as a Games of Gold a few or maybe a year or so back. I think we got one as Games of Gold, and then another one wound up at I think in Game Pass.
Yeah. Cool.
So this one might wind up in Game Pass as well after 6 months to a year.
Or you could play it on the Switch for $50.
This would not be the best game to play.
20 frames.
The OCD gamer says, I forgot about Psycho. Dev says Psycho fell asleep. Psycho's just chimed in for the first time in like 20 minutes.
I said I'd be right back. I want to go for a smoke, man.
I know you did. Right on. All right, so that's it, I guess, guys. I mean, there's really nothing else out there. And
I mean,
as far as
Diablo's
releases
this week, right?
We missed
uh,
Hogwarts last week.
Yeah, for the PS4 and
yeah,
Xbox One.
the server slams this week, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
the server.
Mm.
Slam.
Yep.
That trailer
Friday.
was awesome.
It's such a cool name.
Slam.
Server Slam. It's like a wrestling event. Diablo's Server Slam.
Highway, they did.
Come
it
on
'cause
down to the local super center this weekend.
For Server Slam.
Yeah.
Get your tickets
Yeah.
for Server Slam. Exclusive pay-per-view event. Server Slam.
You gotta do the echo, man.
Server Slam. Slam.
This week only, the barbarian is going to come up against the sorcerer. Who will win?
Get slammed.
Please don't let go,
Sunday.
Sunday. The
Are
necromancer.
you
It's still OP,
ready for Server Slam? All right, everybody.
Ready.
That's it. We're gonna get everybody out of here. I want to thank you all for hanging out again and chilling with us tonight for FSP, where we look ahead at the showcases coming in the month ahead. So appreciate you being here. You guys rock. Thanks for watching the show. If you do like the content, hit that like button, share it out, sub to the channel, hit the notification bell, all that cool stuff. Let's get everybody out of here, starting with 3-Bit. And again, 3-Bit, thanks for being here. And again, you know, if there's a game that you would like to be shown that you previously had worked for on in the past, is there a good chance that maybe that would happen this year?
You're getting so slick with you. You're gonna definitely get me one of these days. I'm just gonna be like, oh yeah, obviously, you know.
We don't drink wine anymore on the podcast, so we need to get
Yeah.
you drunk again.
we need the broccoli margarita 3-Bit showing up once in a while.
Yeah, on a Friday, maybe you guys might get me. You guys go back and watch when the broccoli margarita podcast. That was really funny. Anyways, you guys will see me on possibly Wednesday when I'm doing the Ask 3-Bit. I'm of course here on Mondays. Might even be here on Friday. I couldn't make it last Friday because commercial things. but I'll try to be there on Xbox Ultimate on Friday. Other than that, you guys could find me just on Twitter, just posting my thoughts. No gardening this week, just gaming thoughts. So if you guys want to see my thoughts on gaming and related topics, follow me at i3bit on Twitter. And I will see you guys on the next show. I love y'all. Everybody in chat, thanks for dropping on by. We had 100-something people drop in the show today. I've seen you guys. And you guys come out every single show, and I appreciate everybody that drops in. Poison, OCD, Meet, Def, Leopard, Talos, everybody who came in today. Appreciate y'all. You guys make what we do worth it. So, love y'all.
Right on. Appreciate it, man. Psycho, where can everybody find you, bro?
First, I want to say thanks for everyone for coming tonight. It's awesome to see all the people in chat that come together and watch us every day. And you follow me on social media, Psychonauts 8. And you can see me here every Monday, 10 o'clock, with these awesome gentlemen. And on Friday, you can see us again with Pong Soul and Xbox Ultimate. So, again, thanks for coming.
Thanks, Psycho. Appreciate you.
So this is a little bit of breaking news. It's not like super important or anything, but Star Wars Jedi Survivor, they just said they're going to put out a console patch today on the 9th, and it should come out on PC later this week. So there's a new patch for Jedi Survivor coming out soon.
On Xbox? And
on consoles, it says it's Tuesday the 9th, and it says PC patches will deploy as soon as possible this week. So
okay, cool. Nice.
Like
we're
a 60? Does it say 60?
What?
Well, they already have
Like
a
60
performance mode on Jedi.
Yeah, I mean, it's just another patch, just more optimizations and stuff like that, and bug fixes. So
hopefully, it's.
I haven't.
Okay.
Yeah.
For performance is what I was asking. Like, is it going to be towards performance? Essentially.
I mean, there's a lot of shit in this list.
Ooh, okay, cool. I'll check it out.
Where can everybody find you, Jasper?
You skip Fuzzy, but because I interrupted him. Lord Jasper Twitter, Lord Master Jasper YouTube, AI Game News Twitter, all that fun stuff. And then it's Monday and Friday, Xbox Ultimate and FSP, 10 o'clock right here on the Fun Speculation channel, both at 10 o'clock Monday, Friday. And check that out. And then, yeah.
Right on. And Fuzzy Belvedere.
Oh man, awesome show with you guys tonight. Always love doing this. Thanks for everybody that came out in the chat. For those that want to hear my rambles and rants, just follow me on Twitter, Fuzzy_Belvedere. Catch me on Breakfast with Boom, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Double Barrel Gaming, and then right back here at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Xbox Ultimate. Look forward to seeing you there.
Right on, man. Appreciate you as well. Everybody, I hope you have a fantastic night. I'll see you on PM in the PM on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time with Pong Soul and I. And then Friday, Xbox Ultimate Podcast, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Have a good one. Peace out. Bye.
Thanks for coming.
Bye.